Alright, I'm gonna start this VOD off by saying that Bryce is not with us today, because I feel like that's worth disclosing.
But I am here.
But Alizarin is here. So I traded them out this time. We're gonna go for just a gentle stroll down to Fuchsia. And then that might be all I do today, because I actually think that's gonna take about an hour. I genuinely think it's that long. I might be wrong, but I think it is pretty close to like that long. Oh, I don't have the self scope yet. I still have to do the tower, right? No, I do have self scope. Oh no, because you get self scope and then you get the right. Yeah, the Poke Flute is what I don't have. Okay.
Yeah, you get the Poke Flute from the tower or the Lavender Tower.
But
after you do that, and then once you do the Lavender Tower, you go talk to Mr. Fuji in the building.
Mr. Alizarin over here got a little ahead of himself off screen.
Yeah, so, I went a little ahead.
I kind of understand that if you were just like casually playing and just, you know, having a comfortable little catch-up session, I could see how you could just like kind of maybe get a little carried away.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I'm already halfway through. Why don't I just go over there and just be a good endpoint in the PC? That's how I usually go.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I couldn't imagine leaving off in the middle of a route.
Yeah.
That would drive me nuts. There's a healing thing in the Pokemon Tower, isn't there?
Yeah, the little glowy thingy once you get to it.
I'm going to try to get to that without my Ghastly getting knocked out by this other Ghastly. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to give it a shot. But don't worry if anyone's watching this and they're like, where Bryce? He'll be back. It's just, we ended up playing a bunch of other shit a little long, and he said that he didn't really feel like to playing this game yesterday. Today, sorry, same day. So today, we're going to be carrying on, and he's going to catch up, and then it'll be back to normal. Not long after. Oh, fuck. She caught me.
You got.
I like that they're like grandmas in the overworld, and then you get into the battle, and they're not at all.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I think they're using like the Heart Gold, Soul Silver sprites, but the overworld sprites are the Fire Red, Leaf Green sprites, so there's like a mismatch.
You know, you're probably right. That's probably exactly what it is. I keep looking over at my chat, and the most recent thing in there is just, are you guys still talking about sex chess?
Yes, we are.
Yes. I'm gonna, like, every now and then, if no one else says anything in chat during this, I'm gonna just answer that. Again, every time. Yes, we still are. That is correct. If you're watching this VOD and you're like, what the hell is sex chess? Don't worry about it. It's just a funny. It was funny for a moment. Oh, I just realized Nightshade's probably not a bad move at the moment.
It's not too bad.
That might be better than... Yeah, that's better than Payback. Reduce my pee-pee. I'll do that.
What are your Mon's levels right now?
Well, barring Ghastly, which doesn't really count because I only just added that to the team and it's level 17. We got Ivysaur level 26, Raichu 27, Ninetales 33, thank you Celadon City, Vaporeon 28, and Alakazam 29.
Alright, so mine is Leafeon is 30, Dugtrio 31, Drosian 34, Arcanine 31, Blastoise 37, and Blossom 43.
Wow, you're really far up there.
Blossom is sort of like I was sort of just battling a lot of things at the level cap. I did not realize if you hit the level cap and keep on battling, the EXP is just held on. And so then once you go over the level cap, it gives you all that EXP instantly.
Oh my god, there's a level cap and it works like that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta admit, there's one thing I'm really curious about, which is like, what's gonna happen when we go to other regions?
Yeah, I do wonder that.
Because I think I remember Because you got to keep in mind, again, I don't know if you've played this game before.
Nope, never have.
Oh, okay. I played this back when it was still fairly new in like I think it was 2012.
I think actually what you might have to take the boat in.
Oh, like, no, I know about that. Yeah. But I remember towards the end of when I was playing it, they added Pokemon Emerald, because originally this was just Gen 1.
Right.
And then they added Emerald. And I remember going to Hoenn like once. Didn't end up playing very much after that, because the person I was playing it with was an ex I was in a relationship with, and we split, and I was like not gonna play it on my own, so never actually ended up going back to it. I think I remember going once, and I think it was either you get locked out of them if they're like a certain level. I think I think it's if it's like not in that region's dex, you can't use it.
Well, that's odd, because then why can I use Duosion? Because that's a Gen 5 mon.
But if it was like a higher level, you could use it, but if you didn't have the badges, it wouldn't obey you, I think is what they did.
Weird.
And to answer that question, it's been like 12 years. They've probably changed how it works completely by now.
Maybe, yeah. That would make sense.
We can hop on a boat and check it out, but...
Yeah.
I don't feel right. As it is, I don't really feel right continuing this without Bryce. I wouldn't then also want to be like, oh, and by the way, we went to Johto just to check it out. I feel it's kind of messed up. If he was here, I'd say, you know what, let's just go find out. But because it's probably gonna make us pick a starter before we can leave, and then like actually, to be fair,
probably
it will probably be the same as it is in this region. If you went to Johto, you'd probably be locked into Johto until you had a certain amount of badges and could then leave Johto.
Yeah, probably. It'd probably give you a warning too before you go.
I could see that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to risk it. I wouldn't want to like accidentally end up stuck in another region. Sucker Punch.
It happens to the best of us.
Why would you teach Sucker Punch to... Oh, never mind. Payback is also physical.
Actually, I realized I could just grind in the Safari Zone. Wait, no, I can't grind in the Safari Zone. That's not battles. Never mind.
I think Payback's probably going to be better for Ghastly. Sucker Punch... You can end
Oh
up
my
not
god!
even hitting.
It's got I got like in a wild horde of Nidorinos.
Oh.
This is horrifying.
I just realized, what are you even going to do? You're already over-leveled above us, and you're further into the
Well,
game.
I'm going to boost up the 30s up a little bit and just hit the cap.
Oh, okay. I keep meaning to do like some like dex filling off screen, but every time I think about it, I'm like, well, I kind of gotta get experience share first, otherwise that's just gonna take so long. Because we have the Versus Seeker.
Yeah.
So
the Versus Seeker and the Item Finder and the Super Rod.
Could go back to fighting people with the Versus Seeker. It's just rather than fighting wild things for experience, because obviously you get less. It's
makes sense.
It's just I need experience share first. I'm assuming with you being down there, have you now got an experience share or?
I haven't checked. I haven't actually looked where that is. I always forget where those things are.
The gate you go to and the route between like Lavender and Fuchsia, the gate you go through that takes you into Fuchsia, it's that one.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
You go up the stairs and you talk to an aide.
I think I talked to it already, but I don't think it gave me that.
You need 50 things caught for it in the original game, so...
Here, I'll have to check when I run back.
Yeah.
Dealing with this horde of Nidorinos, which are just like horrifying. They set up toxic spikes, they toxic to me, they were doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Holy shit. Wait, you're not in the Safari Zone right now, are you?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, how the fuck are they even attacking you? That'd be insane!
I'm just using Swift.
Psyshock would just be an upgrade from Psybeam, surely.
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, it does physical damage instead of special, but I don't really see that as a detriment.
Alright, 2 of them are down.
By the way, yes, we are still talking about sex chess. Fuck's sake, man. Yep. There isn't a way to, like, no, I wouldn't want to do that anyway. I was about to say there isn't a way to clear chat in Twitch, is there? But...
No, there is technically a way, but it's like sort of like you have to build like a whole like sort of tool.
Oh god, I don't care. I don't care. It was just a funny.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be worth it.
It's probably like some like OBS sort of tool you can probably download, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I can't imagine many people will show up for this stream considering the time it is, but...
yeah.
I just wanted to make progress on something, and I really don't feel like playing Paper Mario right now. I like Paper Mario, I'm enjoying it a lot, but... I think when, like, it got to, like, May, and I was still in, like, chapter 2/3, I was like, I'm not beating this game before 1000 Year Door Remake comes out. And then I just, like, immediately resign myself to, like, might as well pace myself, might as well just do it when I feel like it.
Yeah, it's fair.
Would have been nice, but then again, as I said before, in a way, I don't really mind because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people playing that one when it comes out.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans. There's a lot of people that are just going to be like digging into it.
I've seen a lot of people say like, oh yeah, I'm playing that like on release. I think Vinny said he's going to play that on release, right?
Yeah, I believe he is. Yeah.
And, like, that's cool. I mean, the one thing that I think will set my playthrough apart, not that I'll be the only person with this experience, but I am actually going to be playing it blind. I've never played it before, so it's different, but I'll do it when I do it. I'm not too worried about when that is. As long as I get it done, well, like, I get it started, not done, sometime this year, that's fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing so
honestly the game, like, I don't know if it's just me, but for some like a lot of games I feel like they sort of represent like a sort of like season. To me, 1000 Year Door always felt like a fall game, like you would play it in the fall.
I sort of get that because whenever winter rolls around, I always get the urge to play Majora's Mask.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
So I kind of get that. I mean, obviously, favorite game, one of my favorite games, so like I get the urge to play that a lot anyway, but towards the end of the year that like goes up rapidly, like I really want to play it. I think when I was like putting together my list, and I'm kind of also using it as like a way to track what games I own as well, and obviously I put that on there, and I think it came out in like November around here, so that's probably part of the reason why. And I think, to me personally, Snowhead is like just a part I remember really strongly. So I think there's two things.
Like one example for me is probably like Pokemon like Diamond and Pearl. Like for me, that is a like a fall, like sort of like, since I remember when I was playing it, it was like I smelled the crisp of the air during the, like, it was getting colder. It was like you going outside, it was relaxing, it wasn't hot or whatever. But then I'm like, I checked the dates and they were released like during like spring, I think, or fall, or
I was going to say, because I remember I have like spring memories of that game, so that okay.
Like, yeah, it released April 22nd, so I'm like, yeah, that's odd. Well, maybe it's Pokemon Platinum. Maybe that's what I'm mixing.
You know what? Actually, the funny thing is, I was about to say,
yeah,
my memories
Platinum
are more Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum was September 13th. All right, so that's probably why.
No. Sorry, I'm wrong. My memories are of Diamond and Pearl, but I remember finding Giratina, which is why I thought Platinum.
Wait, no. And
absolutely losing my shit about that.
So Japan got platinum in September, but North America got it in March of 2009, a whole year later. EU got it in May in 2009.
Okay.
So
I don't
technically
know,
it's a spring, but it's Japan was fall. Okay, weird.
Because I have like more memories of Gen 4 than I do any other gen. Like I can think back to times when I played like Gen 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah, like for me, like a lot of like Gen 4, that one's more, I have more memories of it, while Gen 2 and Gen 3 are more so like in 1 as well, like sort of like, oh yeah, I had like remember these specific moments, but not really like the whole feel of the game at that time when I was young.
I think
it's this vagueness.
Gen 4, I really can't remember now. I'm like really twisted up which one it is, but one of the two games, I had Diamond and Platinum, and one of the two games, I remember, I've never really been very close with my family, but I remember one of my siblings had their first kid, and I remember like visiting them, and like us playing in like, you know, the underground and stuff like a lot. And I remember being at that house when I found Giratina and whichever one it was. I'm pretty sure it was Diamond, because I remember Giratina being like an, oh shit, what is this realization? Whereas obviously Platinum, it was the cover Pokemon, so I don't know why I would have that that reaction.
Well, I mean, Diamond, it was just randomly somewhere. You didn't really actually get like an oh shit moment per se. You just went in there and just found it in a cave. Well,
yeah, but that's what I mean, is like back then I didn't have like strategy guides and I didn't have internet or anything like that. So I was just walking around and I found it. And it was like,
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it was like a really huge moment because I didn't even know it existed. I think, yeah, that must have been Diamond for sure. Because, as I say, literally the cover Pokemon in Platinum, there's a whole story based around it, so...
yeah, like for me, Platinum was more so the oh shit, because it's like, when you play Diamond prior, you don't know what it is, like, what this new form is, so you're thinking, oh, that's just what it looks like when it's coming out, with Cyrus and all that. And so then you went into the distortion world, and it's like, holy shit, this is like crazy.
Yeah, that was a really cool part in the game. But yeah, mine was definitely, I remember it clearly, it was the encounter. It was going through a cave and finding it and being like, what the fuck is this? Because that is a feeling that obviously now that we live with like the internet and everything is just so out there, before the game even comes out, you don't really get that much anymore. Yeah, I remember that felt really huge. And I remember like showing people and being like, oh, I found it, because like my family were just playing like the shit out of Gen 4, and then people being like, you know, where is that? And it was like a whole thing. It was really cool. But yeah, I think I have like really fond memories of Gen 4, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons that one stands out as like my favorite gen. It's because like I thought all the social stuff and things in it, in fact you didn't need like a link cable for anything, just was like really nice.
Yeah, honestly, like Gen 4 is like how I've always ranked it. Like Gen 4 is my favorite like region itself, like the design of it. Gen 2 is my favorite like mon selection. Gen 1 is my favorite like progression of any Pokemon game. Gen 5 I liked just the whole visuals and the music of it. Gen 6 I don't really like too much about it other than the megas. Gen 7 was Sun and Moon. So Sun and Moon, I just love the theme, the thematicness of it, and the whole like story bits, like beats on it. The one after that, Sword and Shield, I liked the character designs. I liked the generally like new advancing to like the open world stuff, and then like of the open areas. And then the next game, I like Scarlet and Violet. I love like just the whole fact that it goes back to the idea of it being an adventure and not just, you know, going through a seamless linear route, which a lot of games were starting to be, that people were complaining. And so it has that same adventure that I like sort of played as a kid when playing Kanto. I felt like the world was sort of like endless as a kid, and that's sort of what Scarlet and Violet sort of captures really well.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so that's like every single game has its own like good moments and good parts of it. It's just like there's always one thing or another people will have a detracted factor to it, but to me it's like I don't really look at games for the negatives typically. It's normally I always look at it for the positives because I'm playing it for the positives.
I think it kind of makes me wonder if I have like much I can really recall about the gens. I don't really remember much about like playing Gen 1 when I was younger, really. I remember having a Jolteon on my team and having Pokemon Blue and having a cousin steal my copy of Pokemon Blue. Oh no, that was my sister's. That wasn't mine. No, I kept mine. My sister's had it still, that's right, yeah. Because I have siblings and we all had a copy of Gen 1, I'm pretty sure. I remember I remember not really knowing what Pokemon was, and it just being something that like a parent bought me and just like gave it to me, and I remember that like being, you know, such an unusual thing, because that didn't really happen much. I didn't just like randomly receive a game. So that's a really strange memory, but like obviously that turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it was a cultural zeitgeist, so it's like all the parents we're hearing from other parents. Oh, I got Timmy this game, and he's loving this.
Yeah, it must have been
well, my Joey doesn't know what that game is. Do you think he would like it? Yeah, get him that. He keeps our kid really quiet and plays by himself. He doesn't bother us for a while.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably just that. Because obviously, I mean, that game came out when I was like 5, so too old for me to remember. But I do remember it like pretty fondly. But then like Gen 2, specifically Crystal, I just remember loving it so much. I remember putting a lot of time into Crystal, trying to find every little bit in it. The thing is, I don't really have like specific memories of them up until Gen 4, I think. Gen 3, as I mentioned before, I scammed a kid. I guess scammed is the word. I was a kid, listen, don't hold me accountable for this. But he traded me like some Yu-Gi-Oh cards for his copy of Ruby. Huge win on my part. Still have that copy of Ruby. Yeah, I remember going out and getting Emerald, and I remember getting like special like pre-order items with it, even though I hadn't pre-ordered it because I didn't know what a pre-order was. So I got like a Game Boy Advance SP carry case that I still have, which my Game Boy Advance SP is still in. And then like a Pokemon Emerald branded like lanyard thing, and then you got like it was like a flashlight / radio. That's a very strange item, but I remember it very clearly. I don't know what happened to that. I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, I remember owning a large Pikachu plush that was like the size of like a basketball almost. That I used to have, that we kept in like a hidden like dugout that we had.
Okay.
It was sadly it ended up getting very, very dirty and ruined when the rain came.
Oh yeah.
But it was pretty fun to have it in our like little like hideout. But like other stuff I had like a replica of like the Pokédex of like Gen 1. Yeah, that was really fun.
Oh, I have one of them. I think I know what the one you're talking about. It's got like a digital keypad on it, right? Not digital.
Yeah, it had like a little like almost like calculator screen on the top left.
Yeah, I have that. I actually still have that.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to mine.
I want to check this out. Hang on, one sec. Hang on. See if I can activate some nostalgia here, if this even turns on. Because it makes a noise when it turns on. See if this picks up on the microphone at all. Shit, where is the speaker? There it is. Alright. So I just... Oh shit!
Oh my god, what the hell?
I think the battery just died on it. Clear all. Yes or no? No. Okay, that time it actually turned on properly. Yeah, and then you get the little Pikachu. The word Pokemon scrolls across, and then you get a little Pikachu on it. I can't believe this thing still works.
Man, how's that battery living?
Yeah, that's that is crazy. The clock is probably so wrong on this. The date is the 15th of May, 2068, apparently. Oh, that's
I'd
crazy.
say that's off.
Yeah, I still have that. It sits on my shelf. I can't believe that still works. I got that when that was new. That's not like a recent purchase or like a pre-owned or anything. It's been around since whenever the fuck that came out. I don't know how that battery is still alive. That's actually kind of incredible.
Impressive. Yeah, that's impressive.
It fucked up when I turned it on, but then like it ran fine afterwards. Like it asked me if I wanted to clear all the data. I pressed no to see what happened, and it just tried turning on again, and then it was fine. That's very strange. Yeah, Gen 4, I mean, I already went over my memories of that. And then, like, Gen 5, I've said this before, but my enjoyment of Gen 5, I stand by it, was greatly hindered by the fact that I didn't buy it. The fact that no one bought it for me and I didn't buy it, it was just something I, downloaded.
Yeah, acquired.
Before it came out, too. And I think that affected my enjoyment of it a lot. But I also think because of all the like special memories and stuff with Gen 4 that it had quite a high bar to live up to, because Gen 4 had become like a personal connection. So I think it was difficult for it to live up to that. But I mean, I agree with what you said. Like the music and the visuals in that game are fantastic. I definitely think they're like the best of the 2D Pokemon games, like especially visually. Mm-hmm. I do think the overworld sprites look a little weird. I never really...
Yeah, there is... I don't exactly like how the arms look.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's the arms.
They look too lanky, really.
Just gives them a really strange, like, shape. But, I mean, I think I liked Gen 5. I think I remember very strongly hating the difficulty spike at the end.
Yes, I hated that as well.
Because it was really violent. It was a really, really violent difficult spike. It wasn't like a little.
Yeah, I remember just getting up to the Elite Four and just like getting pissed off at this game. I was like, thank God I'm gonna finally beat this game. And then all of a sudden, it cocks block you with the champion, and it's just like, oh God, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah,
it's like I got so fed up with it.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I got so sick, and then obviously, yeah, that like extra bit afterwards.
It's like, and then literally, you're not able to become a champion until post-game, which is ironic because that's basically what Vaimon is doing. But
I never actually became champion in Gen 5, by the way.
Yeah, me neither. I was just, yeah, no, you're asking too much of me.
Yeah, I was like, good. You know what? The credits rolled. I beat the thing that I was supposed to beat. That's me done.
Yeah.
I don't care about the post game at all.
Exactly. I'm like, oh God. And so, like, when I see people like, oh my God, this is the best game ever, and I'm like, I have so many gripes with it. Like, I don't like how when you're walking through the game, like the region, for so often you get interrupted by NPC after NPC.
Apparently, remember that, yeah.
It's like, I remember the one, I think it was right near the beginning when Plasma does their speech about saying, oh, we're here to save Pokemon from the people of owning them. And then as soon as you get done with that, you go to the next route, you get a phone call. Oh, hey, it's blah, blah, the professor. We're here to talk, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and then the next step, you walk over to another area, and then, oh, you get interrupted again. And it's like, want to experience the region, walk around, explore. I don't want to keep on getting interrupted by like story events because I become just uninterested in the story.
Yeah,
That's
if
really
they like overfill you with it too quickly, it becomes more like intrusive to your experience rather than adding to it.
exactly. And it's like for Pokemon, I feel like I want to explore, I want to catch Pokemon, I want to discover things. And if you keep on just like giving me stuff that's story related and that I'm not really prompted to want to go and see first, like I'm not warned, oh, this is gonna put out a story. That's like a lot of newer Pokemon games. Like they do specifically let you know that oh, there's something that's happening over there. Okay, I better if I want to do something else, I can do that first, and then wait until I get over there. But I feel like Black and White, you a lot of times you're never like told or shown that oh something's happening in this area until you walk into it.
Yeah.
Also, chat member said, "Are you guys still talking about sex chess?"
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, actually, I was just getting done talking about my main favorite feature in sex chess. Actually,
Yeah, I really like
missed it.
I really like the color choices they use in the game. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now the sequels to Gen 5, I think were a little better from what I remember, but
Yeah, I've heard from a lot of people that Gen 5, like the Black and White 2, and basically fixes that the main gripes I have with it, the feeling you're always distracted, there's not enough side areas to explore, and it's not as linear feeling. And I've never played Black 2 and White 2 because I didn't like Black and White, and so I literally, took me off of Pokemon for a while until I got into Sun and Moon again.
well, I'm gonna be completely honest, and just like the other Gen 5 entries, I borrowed them, and I just didn't have the money at the time. You know, I'd like just gone out of like high school, so like family weren't buying things for me anymore. It was kind of more like an independence thing. I didn't have a job. I just couldn't really get games that easily at that point in time, and I played that one exclusively as like a co-op playthrough with a friend. He'd like visit and then we'd like record it together. And I think we both went into it just super fucking cynical. And I think that ruined the entire experience. I think we literally sabotaged it for ourselves because we went into it just negative out of the gate. And then, like, pretty much made sure that we didn't enjoy it. And I will own up to that. I will admit that. But, like, because of that, I don't really remember it. Like, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I genuinely don't remember it. I think we spent more time goofing off and just needlessly ragging on it than we did even trying to, like, focus on it. So I think I just didn't really experience it properly at all. So I won't hold that against the sequels. Gen 6, as much as people hate it, I really like Gen 6. I think the main reason that like Gen 6 is so special to me is the same as 4. I had just moved to America, and I remember having to buy off the eShop because the 3DS is region locked, so I couldn't buy cartridges. And I remember like playing it a lot with like friends online and stuff, and like again it was like the social aspect. I felt like I did a lot of like the social stuff with that one, and it just made me like it a lot more than maybe I could have and should have. I did think that just a personal thing, because character designs are like a big thing for me. I always thought the Team Flare characters were really cool looking.
Yeah, they were cool. I like how they were the designs are more uniform compared to like other regions like mobs, because the other ones are like other villains, because a lot of times they were just like, oh, it's just a generic thug, oh, it's just a generic thug, like over and over. While Team Flare was more like, oh, we're fancy, we're business, we're dressed to impress.
Yeah,
which it was sort of like unique for that.
Yeah, I really liked the style that they had. You know, I thought the legendaries for the box legendary set were like really cool.
Yeah, they were cool. Like I've never played the game, so I can't really give impressions of like gameplay wise, but I definitely do enjoy like the story of it. I don't exactly like the rivals. Like that's the biggest stripe a lot of people have.
Yeah, I didn't really like them much.
They're like
either.
just random, like run of the mill, like, oh hey, we're gonna help you get through this, and then you just forget about them like a few minutes later.
I will say, as useless as it is permanent JustJich lore. That game is the reason that the name JustJich exists, so I will give it that. If you've not heard the story before, if anyone's curious, you have to give yourself a nickname in that game, and my username used to be Jaichi, which weeby name, but that wouldn't fit because it had to be, I think it was either 4 or 5 characters, so I couldn't put it in. And I sat there and I just pondered, like, how the fuck do I make my name fit? I don't want to come up with a new name. So I ended up going with JustJich, and that ended up sticking so much that that's just the name now. The other name doesn't count. So, I mean, it did do that.
It's JustJich. JustJich.
I'll give it that. It definitely created something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the environments and stuff too. Like, I feel like there was, again, I guess because you haven't played it, maybe that could be why. But like, I feel like there was such a sense of wonder when you transition from like how the world looked in like the earlier gens with it being 2D. Obviously, nowadays I think I kind of prefer really nicely animated sprites.
I do like the general appeal, but I never really got into the chibiness of the characters. Like that's like another gripe I know a lot of people also have. Like it felt too chibi. Like the sprites, they don't feel chibi. They just feel it's like smaller character designs. Well, when it went into the chibi design, it was sort of like it was trying to mimic what the sprites were trying to be, but not exactly be that. So it felt like a weird mix in a way.
Oh yeah, I think I get what you mean. But yeah, I mean, like I feel like the environments was something that I really liked in Gen.
Yeah,
6.
the region design and the areas in them are definitely like really good.
There's one.
Like I have no complaints with that.
There's one place that really stands out to me, which is it's a route. I can't remember the exact name of it because the thing has been so long since I played it. But there's 2 areas that really stood out. One is like a really snowy area, which I think is like the final gym town, and the other one is like it's like a fall seasoned area. You got the fallen leaves, and there's a lot of hex maniacs and stuff around. And I really liked that area. I remember that was like, I know there was seasonal things in Gen 5, I think, but there was something about the way they looked in X and Y that I just really liked personally. It just appealed to me.
I think for me personally, the best like visually impressive, like while Gen 5 is like really liked, I personally feel like the like Heart Gold, Soul Silver sort of like imperfected like the sort of 2D 3D look, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like, there was a lot of like visual fidelity. Like for example, like the area when you're going up to the tower where Ho-Oh is at, like the whole fall colors, leaves on the ground, that was really visually stunning. And then when you got up to the tower, the top, it became like a full 3D with Ho-Oh flying around the tower. Like that was like really cool. Like, and the game still felt 2D. It felt like I had all that stuff, but it also had those 3D elements that just put it above the rest in a way.
Well, truthfully, I feel like when you have a game that's like mostly 2D and then it cuts to a 3D cutscene, it makes that cutscene more special.
Mm-hmm.
I always really liked when they transition like that.
And it's sort of like, yeah, it's like that sort of stuff is like, I wish like, yeah, a lot of 3D games nowadays, like you see like modern like Pokemon games, like a lot of times the games, yeah, they're good, they're fun, but like the cutscenes, they're not as big anymore as like when you were playing like Gen 3 when you had Rayquaza come down and attack and stop like a Groudon and Kyogre battling, or having, like I said, the Ho-Oh cutscene. There's nothing, they don't feel as big anymore because of that. They feel like, oh, I'm sitting here playing. There's a cutscene of the legendary. It's doing stuff. I mean, at some points, yeah, they have made points really good. Like at the end of Scarlet and Violet with the little plot twist event, that was really cool. It was visually stunning, but it was more so the whole area was cool, and not really, oh, it was a cutscene. So, I mean, I guess you could say that's the same thing. Like they're advancing the cutscenes to be more in depth in that way. But it's definitely something that I sort of wish like they put more spectacle into like the cutscenes themselves.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. Oh shit.
And at times I feel like they are sort of a little bit moving away from the idea that like legendaries are supposed to be like these big ultimate beasts that are like people don't exactly know well, because like the past few games I feel like legendaries, other than like I think at the end of it was like Sun and Moon was sort of like the last games they sort of had that, other than Eternatus was like really cool, but like for the most part I feel like a lot of legendaries you just feel like, oh, they are within our world, they're with us, they're like now, and then for that they're like we have stories of them, and then we have the last game, oh yeah, they're just our dogs, we drive around on them, go places, yeah, they're our legendaries, and then it's like, yeah, that's like, I guess they're legendaries, but they don't feel legendary. They feel like one of a kind Pokemon. That's really all it feels like.
I do kind of, in a way, I like what they did with what are they called?
Like it's definitely
the ones in Gen 8, the like box legendaries and that.
I
like the way that you like saw them at the start, and then there was like a constant like reminder of like these things are like they watch over the land and stuff. Like I thought that was pretty decent.
Yeah, I like that. Like that is cool. It's like I just sort of wish it didn't just feel like, oh, we know who they are, we know what these what these animals or creatures are. Because I mean, when you build in, oh, this legend, these monsters, they helped us in the past. I mean, okay, that's cool. That can work. You can build with that. But then it just starts becoming like, well, we just had that in a previous game. We had these creatures are just here, they've been here, and we're now talking about them and witnessing them. And it's like, at times it feels like they're not making a new story, they're just retelling the same, oh, we're just taking their legends, so we're just going to make them legends in that they're told before. If you could, there's so many ways you could go about that instead of just saying, oh yeah, we've known about them from a past story. Because to me, the Sword and Shield legends, they feel like just another retelling of the Black and White legends, because they're basically the same sort of concept. Oh, they were in the past. But Black and White, there is a third one. The third one is from another region. It makes a full original dragon. The original dragon. Oh, what's on Sword and Shield? What do we have? We have this Eternatus, which is an eternal dragon. So it's like there's so many story beats. It feels like now they're just repeating them and just retelling them a little bit.
Okay, maybe it's because I don't really remember anything about Gen 5. I never got that feeling, because maybe I would have if I could remember them better. I probably would have.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's I go over like these stories just to reread them, rewatch them, just to pull in the information, and like since making Vinemon, I wanted to like get the feeling of it being an authentic Pokemon game when I like doing the stuff. So it was like sort of research on that and how other people tell stories, and I feel like there's this. It might just be because the Pokemon Company just wants to play a little safe and just not be too crazy with the story at times, but also wanting to try to change it up. I don't know. Because there's definitely a feeling that story-wise, like I know a lot of people complain about it, like the stories, they don't feel like too grand anymore compared to older games. Like, I mean, for example,
the Pokemon stories peaked in Gen 7. I think Gen 7 was carried by like the characters in the story. And then I feel like after that, because like the thing is, the story was quite negatively received. People didn't like having all those characters constantly coming up and doing all this stuff. And I feel like ever since then, they really dialed that back. Like, you do definitely get character interactions quite a lot in Gen 8, but I don't really remember anything about anyone in Gen 8 already.
See, like, to me, I feel like the best ones were Sun and Moon, Just due to the fact that you had so many like characters, you get attached to them far more. I feel there was actual emotion behind characters, and you become like either you get like angry at them, you get pissed off at them, you get happy for them, like stuff like that. To me, that makes a good story a good story. In a lot of the newer games, I feel like you're not really it doesn't really pull at those emotions too hard compared to that Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon to me was a very emotionally impacting game. I mean, that could be just because when I was playing it was my first time back playing Pokemon after a while, so there was the emotional attachment of my youth in that aspect that could have impacted it. But other than that, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like that.
The story being around like growth and stuff was probably their way of like, you know, realizing that like a lot of the people that started playing their games were now like 15 years or so, whatever it is, older.
I mean, that's also probably why they included Red and Blue into the game as well, being older as well.
I think they kind of wanted to, like, because they knew, like, I think that was it? I think it was Sun and Moon. The advertising campaign was like based around. Was it that one, or am I thinking of Sword and Shield? Because I know there was one of the newer ones where like the advertising was like they played it when they were young and they played it when they were older, and
I think that was Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I feel like it was too.
Because I believe they were trying to like go over like how like people from growing up relating to Hawaii, and because they flew over from Japan, there's the whole thing, and then attaching it to that growing up. And because a lot of people in Japan, they have a sort of like they want to go to Hawaii and stuff like that because it's a cultural thing. It's really neat if you want to read into it. I actually
didn't know about that at all.
Yeah, it's really cool, that sort of stuff, because I think it's just because they're both island places. Japan always has a sort of like fascination with America and stuff like that in that way. That's why there's Westaboos, that's a term they use for a lot. And there's, for example, my favorite thing is over in Japan they have like bars where they dress up as like cowboys, and they do all American things. They watch American sports, they watch all this stuff because they want to be like, oh man, we're America, we're like whatever. They have the same stupid stuff. It's funny. It's really funny but cool. And if you go there and you say you're for America, they like swarm you, like, oh my god, you have an American with us. It's really funny. But there's like a whole cultural thing. It's really fascinating. But I think that's sort of what the whole game was sort of like. They wanted to pull that idea, which is why the main character moved from Japan there. And then at the end of it, it was one character was moving from there to Japan. So it was like a sort of like a return to roots, but also go back to the original and stuff in a way. It's sort of what Black and White was trying to do as well, I feel. Because Black and White was supposed to be like a sort of like soft reboot of the series in a way.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they like hard limited it so that in the original Black and White you could only use Gen 5 Pokemon. That's something that, like, looking back, I do respect it. I remember at the time I was quite annoyed because the more and more, the problem is, and this is not a very popular take from what I've seen, but the more and more Gen 5 Pokemon I saw, the less I liked. I do not like a lot of the Gen 5 Pokedex. I think it's one of the worst. And I think it's because it's the biggest, if I'm not mistaken. It's bigger than, like, the first 151. I think there's a little more than 151 in Gen 5.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, and though I personally don't like a lot of the mons, it probably has the least amount or the most amount that I don't like compared to other regions.
But they're all references to Gen 1, right?
Yeah, that's the issue, because why would I want to use a Buffalint over a Tauros when they're basically the exact same thing? I understand one's an American buffalo and one's just a normal buffalo, or I think it's a bull, really. But it's like, to me, it's like, why are you just doing designs over when you could just instead make a completely unique monster in a way, go a completely different route? I mean, some of them I do like. I I like Braviary. Braviary is cool. I believe it's technically based off Hero, which is the counterpart. But
Okay.
it's completely unique in what it is, and it's completely based off, you know, like the American Eagle.
Yeah.
So it made sense to have. But I just wish a lot of the mons were more unique and sprite stuff, which at least give them credit, we have been getting a lot of those regional forms, which are changing them up. For example, Hizumi and Braviary. Even though I found Braviary unique, they decided to make a new one. Could have been another mon. But we do have Hycealian Lilligant. That one I liked a lot. That
I never
Hycealian
played
form.
Arceus or Arceus, whatever you call it, so I don't actually know any of those regional variants at all. What the fart with flamethrower? Hold up, what?
Yeah, fur is pretty great.
Yeah, I never played the Legends game, so I didn't watch anyone play it because I was waiting until I like played it myself. But I never.
Yeah,
really
that's
ended up
definitely
buying it.
worth checking them out. It's one of the better games.
It's another one like Paper Mario where it's like I want to play that before the new Legends games come out. I know they're not connected at all, but just because.
Yeah, that's
It's like I want to revisit Gen 6 before that comes out as well. Mostly for that one, so that if there's any like lore references, I kind of have them more fresher on the mind. And also because I've never done a playthrough of Gen 6 because 3DS emulation did not used to be as good as it is now.
Yeah.
And I never owned a 3DS capture card because it just seemed very expensive and also very risky.
Hey, what the hell? I'm using Sand Tomb.
Also, speaking of Gen 6,
it has
you said
levitate.
you've never played it, but
Yeah, I never played Gen 6.
did you watch Vinny play through X?
Yes, I have.
That counts. I'd say that counts.
Yeah, like I can't say like that's why I always try to say if I haven't played a game, I try to say like I haven't. I can experience a lot of the stuff, but I can't say anything for the gameplay because I didn't play it. So
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But because like that was the thing with me in Gen 7 was I've told the story before, but again, just for the sake of the conversation, I watched Vinny play Gen 7. I was a little reluctant to get it because again, I just couldn't afford it at the time. And I was like, I don't even know if it's going to be any good. I remember seeing people complaining about it like crazy when it came out. And I watched Vinny play through it. And I loved it. I really loved it. I thought the story and the characters, everything basically you described, I thought it was great. I thought it really resonated and it was a really nice experience. I'm pretty sure even he liked it, if I remember right.
yeah, he enjoyed it generally. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went out and I bought it. I started it up. And I think I didn't even get past, I think I may have done the first trial. And then I was like, I just watched someone play through all of this. So I just never went back, and I never ever. And then when I finally did my playthrough for the channel, that was the first time I'd actually played through that whole game from start to finish. So that was interesting. But I would say that like that still counts because I feel like the whole time, like it was like I'd already kind of experienced the whole game. I think you can get that from watching someone else.
Yeah,
play.
I honestly do feel like there are games, especially like Pokemon games, I feel you do generally get the full experience.
Yeah.
Just playing. This is the fact that like the gameplay. What is the gameplay? Gameplay is just literally picking like what moves to use and then walking around.
There's menus.
Yeah, it's literally menus. So other than that, you're just getting a story and all that. And I see you.
Oh. Wow. I guess I am seeing you today.
Yep.
Although I need to go revive my Ivysaur because it's starting to fall
Yeah,
behind.
you're about like halfway through the route.
Yeah, got a lot of bird trainers coming up though.
Yeah, there are a lot of trainers. I skipped a few, but
Oh, you see? Oh, I mean, you could go back and do that if you wanted to.
yeah, I could. I've been battling a whole bunch of mons, so.
And obviously with the Versus Seeker, if you come up this route, there's a lot of people with rematches. I've like that entire route, like the fisherman and stuff. Everything before Snorlax is all like they're ready for rematches.
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to check, and I don't know what it was now. Oh yeah, I wanted to see how many Pokemon I have caught. 43, so I need 7 more to get experience share.
Yeah, I caught 37, and I own 41.
Wait. What do you mean you caught 37, but you own 41?
I got traded some mons from like one of the random trainers in the game, as well as the Solosis I have here.
Oh.
Since at level 4 you can use the GTS, which is why I got the Solosis.
Oh, I was gonna say, how did you even get that? Do you know, I honestly forgot Solosis is a Gen 5. I thought that was like Gen 6.
Yeah, it was like I wanted a Psychic type, and you guys had like Abra and Kadabra, and I'm like, let's go with a Solosis.
I can't wait until Gen 3 when we all have Gardevoirs.
Hell yeah!
Everyone's gonna pick that. Actually, I don't know if Bryce will. I don't know. Maybe he will. Continuing to go over the gens though, I mean, what's even left? 8 and 9? When I think about 8, I would say I enjoyed 8. I had a fun time with 8. Again, I felt like the environments were really nice. I remember that one town you go into with the fairy gym was so just wow when I first went in there.
One, I do want to say though, I do think it's underrated. The art design of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. Again, very hot take. But I loved those games.
Yeah, I mean those.
They were.
Yeah, those games were. They were good. They were really good. But people were like, I don't really like this whole like Let's Go stuff and blah blah blah. It's like, if you don't like it, it's literally, it was advertising itself to be a little different. It's supposed to be a little more casual for the people to get into it, which those people really liked this. I mean, so you can still play it. They gave accommodations to people that want to play a little more professionally, which they did. So it was like, it was the best of both worlds, really.
Oh, yeah, because there were those masses at the end, right? Where you had to like fully.
Yep, there were the masses, there were the elite trainers that you could do. Which were like really cool. The fact that legendary catching was far easier now, like stuff like that was just really cool to have.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the Let's Go games a lot. I thought the ability to co-op was really cool too. Because obviously at the time that was like the best way for me to be playing games, was to play them with someone else. Being that I shared my channel with an ex, and it was like it made things like really more enjoyable, because it was like you didn't have to just, if you had like a friend, you could play it with them, and that was like a whole new Pokemon experience, like getting to actually play it alongside someone.
Right.
The only thing I didn't like about that was it made it little brother mode rather than co-op mode, so you didn't do double battles, it was all 2-on-1, which was kind of fucked.
Yeah, it was a little awkward. Yeah.
But you know, things like the catching mechanic and stuff, like how easy it was to level up, I like those things, because I've always said like a lot of people like pre-experience share, but to me personally, I don't feel like grinding is a difficulty. Grinding is just a requirement of time. And
the main issue with EXP All is Pokemon, the company themselves, they cannot balance it well. Because if you are, like, a lot of the time when you have EXP All, a lot of people, they want to be able to grind their mons up. And then when you grind your mons up, for example, if you have EXP All, you have a mon out, you KO a mon. You, as someone that probably doesn't care about the competitive nature, that mon gives EVs to all the mons that get EXP. And so if you're trying to grind your mons to have the perfect EVs, you can't manage that. You have to have only one mon in your team, and so that adds a whole dilemma of figuring that out. Of course, Game Freak's trying to make that a little easier. They added those EV boosting items, But that just adds a whole other complication of things, because now you have these items, you have all this stuff, you have to do these mini games, and not just being attached to the casual thing. What they could do is just literally just make it so only the mon that's out on the field gets those EV boosts, while everyone else gets EXP boosts by themselves. So it's like,
Yeah.
and that's, for us, that's what we did with Vinemon. We made it so that when you have EXP all, only the mon on the field gets the EV boost, and not the mons in the party. So it's not like it's rocket science. It makes sense, but it's like Game Freak does really weird decisions. They balance things a little very weird at times. It's
I don't think
one
they
of the
put
main
a lot
issues.
of thought into competitive, really. I think that they're
I do believe, like, for example, one of the biggest things I've had, like, a lot of people had issues with the newest games, which is you were advertising the game that you can take on any gym in any order you want. So why is it that the mons that you battle in each gym are not level adapted?
You know, that actually really bothered me, because I avoided every spoiler I possibly could for that game before I played it. And I truly thought, like, oh, I can leave this one that's like in an early town until the end. And I thought, like, depending on how many things you'd done, they would have levels that just scaled along with you. Maybe like variable teams or something. That's what I genuinely thought was going to happen. And then when I found out that, oh no, there is actually a real order in the game, it's just not spelled out for you. That was pretty disappointing.
It becomes, instead of being, oh, this is really cool, it becomes, oh, this is very convoluted. It's like,
it basically became, what do I think they want me to do next, as opposed to I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, it was like 2 steps forward and then, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because it was a cool idea. They just completely messed it up. They basically, all right, we gave you 3 story paths. Cool. 1 story path for the gym. Follow that. That'll take you to every gym you need to go. The other one, go. What was it? It was like you had to do like take pictures or whatever. I forget what it was.
There's 3 main quests, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, the alpha mons, that's what it was. Go do the alpha mons, and then there was like go do a fetch quest stuff. It's like all these 3 things, really cool. Gonna do each one, but well, the one basically you have to go that order because that's what the quest is telling you to do. And then the other one, and then you do the other one, do the alpha. It's like, okay, if I can do them in different orders, why not make it level scale? Just do something basic, like, alright, we're gonna check what your levels are. Alright, your level whatever, we'll do that. Oh, you have only 1 gym badge. Okay, we're gonna make sure you only have it at a 1 level badge like length. I don't like, there's fans that have done better, that have done that job years ago. It's not like a new thing. It's not, I don't know, like games, AAA games have done it better than that.
Yeah,
so it's
a really, really strange choice. I remember when I started Gen 9, I think I made a beeline not long into the game. Like, maybe I'd done 1 gym. I went straight for the psychic one in the bottom left. I was like, oh, I'll do that one first. You can't. That's the last one. Pretty much has to be. Of the gyms.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I don't know. It was a little disappointing to realize.
Yeah. I think everyone got disappointed when they realized it.
I will say, though, Gen 9 as a whole, again, I think that was probably one of my favorite experiences with Pokemon, because it did feel really fresh.
Mm-hmm.
That's so the one thing.
That's the one thing I like a lot of the games. Like, I wish they always felt fresh. I mean, of course, you can't do that. But the fact that they are, as of recent, have been trying to improve and advance the games, that's such a, like, a lot of breath of fresh air in the series.
Yeah.
And people have always been saying, like, oh, Pokemon doesn't change. Pokemon's never changing. Or blah, blah, blah. It's like, literally, you can point to every single game and what it's advanced on, and the next game advances even more, and the next game advances even more. It's like, yes, it's incremental, but that's what you do when you're releasing multiple games in a series. You increment over time. It's like that's why you have these open, the wild areas in Sword and Shield. Those were tests of the open world areas, and then they did DLC in Sword and Shield where you were going to these islands, which are literally open world areas. They were testing more and more and more until they could get up to what they can program-wise and optimize to work decently in their eyes for Scarlet and Violet. So it's like you can literally see the development paths of them improving and working on stuff up to then. So it's like you gotta give some break and saying, oh, Game Freak never changes. Sure, stuff is unoptimized. That Game Freak generally has always been sort of unoptimized for their game. They only like the older games were decent, but I mean even Gen 1, there were so many bugs in the game. Like everyone knows about that, how buggy they were. Gen 2, you had Iwata fix optimization on stuff. Gen 3, I think there was some stuff with Gen 3. I can't remember exactly, but generally every single gen there's some story of some performance issues. I mean, Sun and Moon, I had the biggest issue when I was playing it because I had the original 3DS model, so it lagged really bad when you were in the photo mode, when you had to take photos. Like I swear it dropped like to like 5 FPS, 2 FPS at times in the one area because there is so much stuff happening, I guess, in it. And I'm like, oh my god, how did they approve this?
I don't know if you saw, I can't remember if you were there, because I know you weren't there for the start of when I played Gen 7, but like...
Yeah, it was generally at the end I came around.
The camera mode in Citra is just as bad. Like, it carried over. It's still really rough even in that. That's kind of weird. I was really surprised by that. I thought, like, because I remembered, like, you know, like things like the totem battles ran pretty bad too.
Yeah, I think they were a little laggy. They weren't too bad. I mean, yeah. I generally I didn't have too much issue. Like when it lags on the 3DS, it didn't mind too bad because it's just like minor, like not too crazy. Since it's like compared to like having a high refresh rate like monitor, you don't really notice it too bad. But like when it got like really low, that's when you can notice it, and it's like, oh my god. Yeah, because it slows down the gameplay, which is the main issue. Even
in Citra, that was real fucking choppy when I had to take the picture of the Pikachu at the start.
Mm-hmm. That's the one I remember the most. That picture thing. It was like, oh my god, I'm never taking a picture again.
I don't remember that coming up very often in that game, actually.
You had to find them, I believe. They were just locations, and you're like, okay, this area looks like it's gonna be a picture spot. Let's go there. So it was just a side thing.
Oh. Yeah,
and my favorite fun fact of bad optimization is basically that every island had a version of Lily's model loaded in at all times. It wasn't the fact that Lily had to have like one model to pull from. They had to have multiple models for different outfits she wears for each single island loaded in at all times throughout the game.
Did she?
Which makes no optimizational sense.
Did she change outfit every island?
She changed outfit. No, that's the thing. She didn't change outfit every island. She only had these 2 specific outfits that she changes.
Oh, okay.
But those two models are for every island. So now you have there is 4 islands. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 models loaded in at the whole time for each island.
Oh.
So you can imagine how badly optimized that is. I mean, I understand sometimes you program into that, and then it's like, well, it's too late. But you have to just work with what we have. But it's like that's the sort of like level of like top down, like sort of, we're not thinking of what we're gonna do. We're just gonna be a whole like maybe we're gonna start with an open world region. That's what we want to do, or something like that. Or it's gonna be just one seamless region. But then the ideas continue on, like, oh wait, what if we just do like a Hawaii island? Yeah, let's go with that. Blah blah blah. Sometimes development plans just go out the door. Sometimes you don't have enough knowledge on how to do it. Because remember, this was just literally right after X and Y, after ORAS, that they're still doing 3D. They're still learning the 3D stuff. So I can't blame them too hard because they're still getting into it. A lot of them are probably still newer devs getting into it. Like, if you learn about like the development cycles and the actual the politics behind the scenes of Game Freak Studio, like there's a high like turnout rate for developers that come in and out just to the fact that it's over there. Like if you read the job and not reports, but the job things, they basically report, oh, this job was really bad because it's all about who talks the most, who's the better like talker in the company, and that gets the raise instead of, oh, who does the best performance and programming stuff. So a lot of the better programmers end up leaving because they never get promoted, get better pay, raises, stuff like that. But the people who talk well, who can do a smooth talking with the professors and be their like a little lapdog for them, they get the raises, and it becomes a sort of like a boy, not boy band, but a sort of like group or a groupie in a way with the main guys.
Right.
Which that's sort of like the two directions companies go in. You either get the companies that are like all about talking, all that, making sure they're always smooth talking, the yes men to them, or you have the groups that are literally all about being the best performance, best programming, stuff like that. Both can work in their own ways, but it explains a lot of the miscommunications you see and the slight errors in different areas on Pokemon.
Right. Before you start another battle.
Yep.
Wait. Can you trade with me real quick?
Yep, sure thing. What do you need?
Need your help. Need
okay.
I think you're gonna have to put something in, but obviously we just trade back afterwards.
Yeah. I'll trade you over.
You can in this game. I don't know if you already knew this, but you can just give someone something. It's just obviously your team is full, so I'm assuming. Well, maybe your team is. I don't know if your team's full, but. Well, I registered another thing in my decks at least. So.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You probably didn't have an Arcanine.
Okay, and then I'll put that back in there. No, I haven't even seen Growlithe. One thing I like about PokeMMO is there's no version exclusives, right? So.
Also, what move do you want Gengar to learn? It's being taught Hypnosis. Do you want that?
I already said no to that when it was a Haunter.
Oh, okay, then no.
That move's accuracy is terrible.
How about Shadow Punch? Do you want Shadow Punch?
I actually said no to that too earlier. Oh,
right. Alright, there we go.
I do really like Haunter, but I might as well evolve it. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, Haunter is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's
great. It's a really cool design, and I think I definitely prefer its design to Gengar. It's just, Gengar's stronger, and ultimately that's what I need. So, may as well.
Actually, once we get to Fusion, I want to battle you.
No.
Oh, the levels are matched, so it's not like we're better than you.
Wait, does it match the stats though?
Yeah, if the levels are the same, the stats are going to be the same.
Oh, okay. My team's mostly oh shit, wrong one. I meant to go on the Pokemon Center. My team's mostly finished. I just need to evolve my Ivysaur, which still has like.
Yeah, I got one trainer battling here. I missed, so I'll be with you in a bit.
I'm not actually done. I'm just skipping over everyone so I can heal.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
I just thought it would be easier to like try to stealth around all the trainers a little quicker. Okay, let's see. I'm assuming it's 50, which I don't have yet, so. Yeah, no experience share for me. 48, I'm 2 off.
Oh, I didn't go up those stairs. I thought you were talking about the one further back that had to go up.
Oh. Nah, those ones. I think the one further back is where Item Finder is.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about before.
There is also the Super Rod. I don't know if you got that.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
I also got the Good Rod.
I have to go off the assumption that most people don't bother checking houses.
Yeah, I try to talk to everyone, other than the trainers.
That's what I do in every playthrough.
This is funny. I'm battling this trainer with my Blossom, and they have Ivysaur and Bulbasaur, and they just keep on switching out over and over.
That happened to me in a battle. I can't remember what it was, but they literally did not do any offensive moves. They just kept switching.
I think the reason why is due to the fact that none of their moves are effective against me. So they just are, either the moves are immune, like I'm immune to them because they're poison or whatever. And so they just keep on switching, saying, oh, I can't do this. But now since the health was lowered into near red, it used Giga Drain, and so to heal up instead. So it's like I think it doesn't view Giga Drain as an attacking move, just as a healing move. So so since that's its only attacking move, it gets stuck in a loop.
Giga Brain would be a wild move, by the way.
It would be.
I would enjoy that. I think we need Giga Brain as a move.
Honestly, it's not a bad move name.
No,
like you could go like
it's a psychic type move for sure. Yeah.
Like Giga Brain, it heals the user as well as boosts special defense.
Yeah. Maybe maybe boost the accuracy or something too, as like a brain kind of thing, you know.
Maybe, yeah.
Like focus. They're focusing with their big brain.
Alright, killed their Bulbasaur.
What's funny about Gengar, by the way, is I do like Gengar, don't get me wrong. But my enjoyment of Gengar was kind of like thrust upon me. So, I used to have this shirt from, I can't remember which website, I think probably the Yeti, I don't know. One of those t-shirt websites. And it was like the 3 evolutions, but done in like an edgy art style because, you know, I'm a corny adult. And that kind of like wore out over the years. So someone got me a t-shirt that was like, it was like a purple shirt with like Gengar's like face just in the purple, basically.
Oh, cool.
And I think I had a Haunter one as well. Obviously to match the fact that, you know, I used to have a shirt that had all 3 of them on it. I appreciate it. I really liked it.
Your little guy is sort of like a Gengar-esque, the purple.
Yeah, sort of. But like, I mean, I liked those 2 shirts. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the reason I bought the first shirt is because I really like the trio. I think they're cool. My favorite is Haunter. I definitely am on that team. I think a lot of people feel that way. Haunter's the best of the 3.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like I literally had like a sort of like fusion Sona I had for a while of like Haunter and Darkrai that like I loved. He was sort of like a little mascot for a little bit online.
There was an Infinite Fusion one I did. I think it was Haunter and Bennett that was really cool. But I don't really remember it anymore. I think it was something like that. There was like Haunter and some, I'm pretty sure it was Bennett. And I loved it. And then it evolved, and the thing about Infinite Fusion sucks is the evolution then stunk. And,
yeah, I really should like put more time in Infinite Fusions. I never actually beat that game. I just played a good bit and then I just got bored of it.
It's got a lot of good bonus content, to be fair to it.
Yeah. It's like I sort of just want to put more time and just like play with the fusion, see that stuff, but it's like at times it feels like a drag in a way, having to go through the fusions and then like, oh, what does this fusion do? Oh, it doesn't look good, and then you have to spend more money to do this, and then I sort of wish there was like a way to just have infinite infinite fusions to fuse on them instead of like having to worry about that and paying money for it.
Yeah.
But like a more casual play in that way.
Oh, the thing is with how many fusions there are in that too, you can just keep going and going and going, checking them out. I mean, that's what I used to do. A lot of my previous streams of it, similar to Joel's, if you ever saw him when he played it, he'd spend a lot of time just messing with the fusions rather than like progressing, and that's basically what I would do as well.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the fun of it.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's like intended for sure. if you don't ever feel like playing it, I would partially say, you know, I have a playthrough of it that's like in full. It's still up, but it's not my best work because I think that's just a common feeling people get. Your old stuff, you look back and you go, yeah, it's not as good as it could have been. I think it's...
Yeah, I have a lot of that. I feel that for a lot of things. Like, if I made this art-wise as well. Some stuff I'm very proud of still, but other stuff I'm like, yeah, I could have done better on this, or I could have improved a little better on this. Or I wasn't really feeling it. Yeah, it's like I still enjoyed the experiences of making and stuff, but it's like, God, some of the older stuff I've made, like, I'm like, yeah, that looks really bad. Why do people like this?
Yeah. I'm sure there's some bits in that like aren't funny at all that I was convinced were hilarious and stuff. You know, it's just one of those things. But my friend Ryan has been rewatching it and he seems to be enjoying it. So maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. I just cringe when I see it now. Like he was like, oh, the start of this one stream was really funny. I really enjoyed it. And I looked at it and I was like, oh no, this isn't funny at all. He seemed to like it, so it's fine. I think that was still pretty early into like what I do now, so I think I was still kind of finding my feet and making sense of what I was doing, trying to see what worked for me. But you know, if anyone's interested in it, I mean, I did play it pretty long, and I did do a lot of like fusions and shit in it. There's even if you don't feel like watching the entire playthrough and you just want a taste of it. This isn't necessarily me talking to you, Alizarin, this is me talking to the viewer as well, but I have a short I did that was my my champion team. So, you know, let's just see a like less than 60 seconds video where I show the final 6 I had. There's some pretty good shit in that final team. You wish to link. What's this? What are you doing? What is it? Link. Oh, that. Oh, I forgot about that. I don't really know what that does still.
I don't know either. What are we? Where did you go? You vanished.
I just went towards the town because I needed to heal.
Oh, weird. You just like disappear, like literally vanished.
Oh.
Oh, it shows us on the left. That's what happens.
Yeah, but like, there's gotta be more to it than that, right? That feels so meaningless if that's all it is.
I'll look that up real quick.
Yeah, I would appreciate that in a way, because I would love to know what it actually is.
Oh, it's for co-op battles in Battle Frontier.
Oh. We're never getting any use out of that.
Wait, doesn't Heart Gold, or isn't there a battle tower in this version?
In Gen 1?
Well, let's go. I mean, not let's go. Fire Red Leaf Green. I
think there is in the Sevi Islands, yeah.
So probably we could use it when we get to then.
I don't think I'm gonna want to do that.
I mean, it depends on what a battle tower, and to me is not too bad because it's like you're just battling trainers in a row. So and then you get a prize. It's not like some of the Battle Frontiers, which are like really, really bad.
They spelt tiers wrong in Battle Frontiers.
I've only ever was able to do like one of those Battle Frontier buildings. The rest were just like way over too brained for me when I was younger.
Your character just reminded me, I don't think you were here for the last stream when we did like the game corner and stuff. I don't know if that's something you'd want for your character, but one of the things you can buy from the game corner is a rocket outfit.
One of the things that I could what? You cut out.
One of the things you could buy from the game corner is a rocket outfit.
Oh yeah. I was happy with my my outfit.
I would. Love
I was thinking of buying something from the gift shop. But
really?
Yes.
What was it?
But like I was thinking of getting, where was it? I have to scroll down.
Because if it was the Team Magma outfit, I had the same thought.
Yeah, that was one of them. But I was also thinking of getting, where was it? There was something here that I really, really liked.
Why does everything have a fire type move in this game? A Wigglytuff with Incinerate.
I was thinking of getting like the Team Flare glasses.
They have Team Flare glasses? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I think they have a whole outfit too.
Because I know they have like Team Skull stuff. I've seen players with it, but that isn't in the store, is it? That's not in the gift shop.
Team Skull, I think. Let me look.
I've seen people with the Team Skull hat, so I know it's in the game somewhere. But I haven't actually. I don't think it's in the gift shop.
It could have been like one of those like prizes for a seasonal thing.
I have a horrible feeling that Battle like Frontier and stuff probably have like some really special cosmetics locked behind them.
Maybe.
As like a motivator to actually bother with them. Because you get battle points, don't you? And I could see them locking things behind that.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting a cat tail as well. This is I sort of want to mimic my main character, or not main character, my OC character.
Yeah, I feel you. I think there was a cosmetic in this that was the reason that I was like, I actually would like to see how my character looked with horns.
Oh, the one outfit I really liked, which was custom, is the Ice Spirit robe, which is in the where is it? Top? Yeah, top option. Because
really like
the reason why I like it is when you go when you were wearing it in battle, it's like really custom looking. It's really nice.
Oh, it looks like
Frostlass. Yeah.
Which is one of my old
It's sort of like
favorites.
why I really like. And the Team Flare one is really cool in this as well. The Flare uniform.
Yeah, the horns are okay having a look at it, but they're not customizable and they're red, which is wrong. So I don't think I'd want them. I really like the Fennekin ears.
Yeah, those are cool.
I love Fennekin, man. That's such an all-time favorite of mine.
One of the generic ones that I liked was the crossed jumper top. This is the fact that you can pick a color that goes with the white on it. So it's like go red white or
Let me have a look at this.
black white or a purple white.
Oh, I see.
Looks
Yeah,
really
that is
cool.
pretty good. Yeah. Shame you can't change the white, because if you could do a red and black one, I feel like that'd be perfect for you.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. And it's honestly it's not even too much of a price. Like 500, that's like let me look at the price again. So 500 is $5, which I mean, yeah, cosmetic one. But like I would probably get like some of the smaller things first, because those cost a lot more than like the smaller things. Like there's like 250s, stuff like that. I wouldn't ever.
Still going.
Wait, what was it?
I was just gonna say it's the exact same situation I was describing last time I streamed this. Of like, I feel like if you're gonna play this a lot, then you might as well, like, if you're gonna put some money into it, it doesn't hurt simply because you're not like you're gonna be playing this game a lot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
like
free.
if I'm
The
gonna
game is completely free. So
yeah, throw a few bucks at it, play for a bit, and there you go. It's like,
yeah.
and it's cosmetics. So you really stick with one cosmetic if you really like that outfit, and that's where you stick. And I'm probably gonna get like, for example, like the shiny charm. That's 100 reward points. That's cheap, and it's boosts your shiny chance. That helps, and stuff like that. I'd probably get that as well. That's $1 for a shiny charm. Not bad.
Oh, I see the flag glasses.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Nice, yeah.
Again, there's also they have an EXP re-amplifier, which is an item which distributes EXP and EV among all healthy Pokemon. So that's the EXP all, which is 1,000, which is it's $10. But I mean, there you go. You got the EXP all basically.
It's definitely pretty interesting, and you know that's the thing is like, I was saying this. I think this was when it was just me and Bryce playing last time. I don't mind putting money into a game like this because it's gonna get like, I'm planning on playing all 5 regions. I don't know what everybody else's plans are. For me personally, I'm gonna play all 5, and I'm gonna try and get as much of the decks as I can done too. So this game is going to get probably at least 1,000 hours out of me. Honestly, I could see it. Like, if you put enough effort into trying to get, like, as much of the decks as possible and everything. And it's like, you know, well, maybe not 1,000, that might be exaggerating a bit, but it's going to get a few hundred, I would imagine, at least. And, like, what is like, $5 when you're putting that many hours into something for free?
Exactly.
Like, it's kind of just like a thanks, really, at that point, for the game that I've poured so much time into. I knew someone,
I agree.
or I know someone, I said knew, it's not past tense. I know someone who had used the same logic when they were talking to me about like stuff you can buy in like Genshin. Because I was like, some of this looks really cool, but I don't really know if I'd want to pay for it. And they're like, well, it depends on how much you play the game, because you know, if you feel like you're getting your money's worth from how much you're playing it, then it's not so bad. And the thing about the cosmetics is, especially if you buy them early, you're going to be seeing them and using them a lot. You're going to get your money's worth in that sense.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like generally like having a nice little cosmetic. It just shows like the character off, and it makes you feel like, oh yeah, this is cool. I have my own little, it's me. It's not like red. It's not like silver playing. It's me myself in this MMO, which is a nice feeling. So it's just, you get to play, you get to battle. They put time into making custom sprites for it. It's not like you're buying for like a Team Rocket thing. No, you can buy that in the game corner. So it's like, it's nice stuff like that. I feel like goes a long way. And it's like, I rather support like fan game devs like that, because it's just like, here's a few bucks. Some people might not want to buy your game just to the fact, but because you have some cosmetics here, it supports it for the long end. It is an online thing, so it does cost money to keep up. People don't realize that for some reason. It's like, oh yeah, it's an online game. I figure it should stay up all the time.
Yeah, and credit where due, there is clearly a lot of care put into this. They're still working on it, and as I've been able to say many times, I've been playing this game. Well, I haven't been playing this game. This game's existed for over 12 years at least. And it's come such a long way since then that it's like, yeah, they deserve that. I think I actually said recently, I don't know if it was you, but I said I think the reason that they're able to get around like this not being taken down is because they're not actually distributing the game.
Yeah, it's all basically
ROMs.
Yeah, the ROMs themselves, you have to bring them, you have to dump your own games and basically provide that and say, all right, yes, this is what you have, so we know you have those games, and then it plays it out.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe it actually is playing like the ROMs themselves. I believe the assets are basically like everything outside probably the graphics are all custom coded, because there's too much difference here in how it's rendered to be like emulation. So yeah,
I wouldn't
because
know
like
the first thing about that. It's just I was thinking to myself like, how is it that this has not been taken down after all this time? And the best I can think is because you have to provide your own ROMs to even play.
I do think the fact that you do have to provide the ROMs is probably like, that is helpful, because it's saying everyone that is playing and owning it is a legal person to that can play these, because they already provided the money for them. So it does make sense. However, I do think like the whole back end here is probably all custom, other than maybe the textures. But even then, if it is all custom, then why are there custom sprites and trainer sprites and stuff like that? That has to be all back end stuff. So it's most likely a lot of the sprites are just being hosted through their servers, in my opinion.
Well, I wouldn't have a clue.
But it's definitely like I would have to like compare like what was the main download size file of the PokeMMO and stuff like that. If it is like very, very small, then yeah, it's probably just a launcher, and it is using it. You just have, but I do think there's a lot of like what's it called, like a heavy modification at the least.
Yeah,
it's a heavy modification.
I mean, it needs the ROMs for a reason, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's mostly a legal reason. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I am glad this has been around for as long as it has.
Same.
I can't imagine they'll be adding any more regions though, because
yeah, I mean, I can see them
difficult.
adding some new stuff, but it would probably be just recreation of those regions in like say Gen 5 or Gen 4.
Yeah.
And like since I haven't actually even seen the other gens, like is like like the other regions in the same art style, or is it just Fire Red Leaf Green's art style?
I'm trying to remember when I did Gen 2. So I did a little bit of Gen 2 before we started playing it, like probably about 3 or 4 months ago. Because I just remembered it and I was like, hey, I'd really like to play this with some friends. And we played it once, but we didn't seem to be able to organize another thing. And after several months had passed, I was like, I still want to play it, but it doesn't feel like anybody else wants to anymore. Which is why I ended up being like, let's just stream it. Let's just see who wants to join in on that. Which seems like the better choice, ultimately. I'd say that's paid off pretty well. But I don't really remember. I want to say that Johto was the Heart Gold Soul Silver art style. I'm pretty damn sure about that, actually, now that I remember the first town. Because I remember being like, wow, this looks really nice.
Yeah, I think I just Googled it, and it does look like it uses those, yeah. Alright, so it looks like it uses the overworld, but I think the sprites of the trainers and such are still Gen 3 style. Because I'm looking at Gen 5's Gen 5, and it is 3D as well. So, but it's also the character models themselves are the Gen 2 or Gen 3 designs. Pretty sure those are Gen 3 designs. They don't have the lanky arms, which is why. Looks cool. Apparently you can play this on the Steam Deck.
That would be good. That would be a good way to work on the decks off screen, I think. That's mostly what I would use the Steam Deck for when it comes to this kind of stuff. I know I've said that about Vinemon a lot of times, and I still haven't actually done that. I think that's probably, at this point, it's probably going to be more of a post-game thing. I think I'm kind of done working on my decks and stuff, and I'll just do that when I've, like, finished the game.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to finish it off.
Also, as a little teaser thingy, Scrunty will be shown off in a little dev thing with Vinny when plays the game, the sort of thing.
Oh, Jesus!
So it's on the last of the decks thing. You can't actually use them on. We just written everything up and have the sprites in, but we wrote the dex entries as well.
Wait,
so.
Vinny's gonna check it out again?
Yeah, we made a dev room, and it's have like a very like quick like show off certain areas that are really worth showing off, and him checking it out. And so really, that's what we were playing. He said like yeah, after playing the original, like yeah, I'll be down like playing like a dev room showing like a lot of the important or cooler things. But we just haven't gotten to that for a while. Just the fact that we had a whole bunch of things built up over time. But yep, we basically have that generally finished. It's just one or two more things just to streamline on it.
Thank you, Blackjack.
What fell?
My fucking speaker.
Oh boy.
I have like these. They're really unnecessary, but a friend got them for me, and I love the shit out of them. For what it's worth, I'm not shitting on them. I think they're fantastic, but they're a little extra, let's say, in design. They're called water speakers, and like it like sprays water with like sound. It's like a visual effect. And they're really big. They're pretty fucking big, and he just knocked one over, and that's kind of nasty.
So, have you checked up the upstairs of the Poke Center before?
I've never gone up there. No.
Yeah, there's some unique stuff here.
Oh, I'll check that out in a minute.
There's basically it looks like a matchmaking sign up, so you could sign up for matchmaking.
Okay.
Like
I'm not really
like
interested in dating right now.
That
was awful. -2.
That was
-2.
That was bad. That was like a laugh, and oh my god. But it's like matchmaking with like other trainers, and then like there's rewards here.
Okay.
This is really cool. Like there's leaderboards, you can spectate some battles and then rewatch them.
That's fair enough. I mean, that's the thing, right? If they're gonna have an MMO Pokemon thing, there's gotta be some kind of like PvP competitive thing, because that's what people are going to want from this. Not a lot of people, I mean, there are going to be people that want to play this the way, like, I'm playing it when I'm just going through the story, catching Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, they're going to want that bonus bit of, like, going against each other.
There's also, like, a tournament thing, too, on the other side. It says... There's NU, which is never used mods. Accelerate to victory. Sign up starts in 10 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then there's like a party. Well, you sign up your party, and then there's also the community combat. Never used number 398. So I guess there's like they do like sort of like daily things, I guess, to battle like cool. A tournament. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I wonder what the average like user base for this game is. Because it seems like from some of the like, well, I haven't had many, but like I've had comments where like I've gotten the implication that like me playing this has been exposure for some people to this game's existence.
Yeah.
But it's definitely very populated.
I mean, the fact that you see so many different trainers around, like people just playing, shows how populated it is. Especially when there's like we're on channel 4. When there's how many channels are there? There's
5.
Yeah, 5 channels. So it's like there's a lot of people playing it, and this is like I can see like 10 people in one little area here.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then I'm like, shit, what do I do for a thumbnail for this? And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
Just take a thumbnail of a really populated place, because that, to me, as a thumbnail, is interesting. It's like, it's showing progression, you recognize the area, you go, oh, they're at this point in the game now, but also, like, it shows off just how many people are playing it every time we play it. So, I mean, I'd admit my thumbnails probably look pretty generic for this, but at the same time, I think they highlight the MMO aspect of the game, which is what I'm more focused on.
Right.
Seems to be working. I actually forgot to mention this to you, but part 1 of PokeMMO is currently, I think it's 60, 70-ish views away from being in the top 10 most viewed videos on my channel.
Oh, nice.
This is really, like, succeeded as a playthrough. People seem to be really into this.
Yeah, I mean, it's really neat. You don't really see many people playing it. Everyone else is like playing like PokeRogue and stuff like that, so it makes sense.
Yeah, that is, I must admit, that is one thing I find really strange about this, is after 12 whole years and the amount of work that's gone into it, I never see anyone playing it still on like YouTube or anything. And to me, that's really unusual. I've said this before, I don't even remember how I found this. I have no recollection of where I first saw this. I don't know if this was just something that I found, like, on my own, or, like, where it came from.
I think I've heard of it in the past, but it was, like, I never really sort of, like, I was never into the concept of, oh, play multiple regions in the same game. I was always found that concept just to be, like, weird, like I sort of, why don't I just play a different game? I already have all these other games, why do I need to play an MMO? But, I mean, I understand, like, it is interesting playing it, and then you can play with friends and stuff like that. That's a cool concept. But that never occurred to me in the whole PokeMMO, like, sort of the MMO Pokemon concept. Because no one ever talks about that when they're suggesting that idea.
Yeah, and it's like a different version of the region, too. The trainers and the wild stuff's actually been changed to make it a little different as well, which I like.
Yeah, exactly. And you can, like we said, like I have on my team, you can get Gen 5s, you can get Gen 4s. I do want to get a Gen 3 mon on my team in the future. Just so I have every single gen in my team.
Well, you might as well. I don't know
like I'm already...
what the next gen will do is. I would assume 2. I assume just work through them, but I don't know.
I think it's probably going to be like, oh, you restarted it, but once you get to Gen 4, you can then use these other mons from Kanto. Or something like that. I feel like that probably makes sense.
I'm fairly certain, as I say, from what I remember, I think it was that you got to keep them, but if you don't have certain badges, they like disobey you.
Yeah, that probably makes sense, because it's going to be like, oh, you're not technically the same trainer, or something like that.
Yeah. Because I don't actually think that it works off of a traded thing. I think it said when I got a badge last time, if I remember the text correctly, it said Pokemon up to this level will now obey you, not traded Pokemon will obey you. So I think that might be their way around it.
Right.
Like, you just have to have the badges for them to obey. I mean, we got a long way to go before we're in another region.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're technically halfway done with Kanto, so that's good at least.
Yeah, and I mean, Gym 5 and 6 are very close together. You literally kind of jump from one to the other. It's just that we still have Sylph Co to do. That's like the main thing I can think of that's going to take a while. Pokemon Mansion takes a while too. Depending on if you're fighting everyone or not.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to go for just fighting them all. The only reason I feel like this playthrough is going so much faster than every other Pokemon playthrough I do is because I'm not reading anything. This is a very casual playthrough in that sense. This is all about, as far as I'm concerned, I think that's what I actually really enjoy about this playthrough. Is it's very different to my normal Pokemon playthroughs because this one is all about like.
It's more like about battling, exploring,
the gameplay,
like, just having
and
fun.
Just chatting about anything. That's like what this is. This is what it kind of feels more like a podcast at times.
It does really. It's fun. Sometimes it's just fun to have something like that.
Yeah, it's a fun, like, different spin on a Pokemon playthrough. There's, like, no pressure, really, to, do, like, a certain thing within a certain amount of time, and, like, this through progression stuff doesn't really feel that important. It's just kind of something that, like, I'm doing.
Yeah, it's like, probably I'm going to spend a little more attention to, like, the later games. Like, Kanto, it's the same thing over and over. Like, I've watched Kanto and played Kanto, like, multiple times. So, and it's... But like Gen 2, I haven't really, even though Gen 2 is like my favorite, like Gen in general, I feel like I want to pay more attention to it, especially after like I've been reading a lot into Gen 2's like story and like the origins, so I sort of want to pull from that a little more while playing.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat with Gen 2. Like, it's definitely up there. It's for sure. I think if it's not Gen 4, it's Gen 2. I think those are my two favorite gens, for sure.
Yeah, that's honestly, I feel the same. Like, those are, like, my two favorite gens in general.
But 2, I have not replayed very much at all in my life. Even Soul Silver, when I first got it, I never actually finished it. I can't remember what was going on at that point in my life, but I know I never finished it. I don't know, maybe, like, I lost my DS for a bit or something, but for some reason... I never really got that far into it. I did do a playthrough of it on my old channel a very long time ago, but again, it's been such a long time. Gen 2 is not something I've actually revisited that often, but every time I do, it's always like a big deal because I love it so much. I don't know if you knew about this, by the way, in Infinite Fusion, but there is actually a version of Gen 2 in that.
Yeah, I do know Johto's in there, and I hate what they do with the gyms of it.
Yeah, it's not like actually Johto. It's like half of Johto.
Like I have a very like hatred for what they did with the ice gym. Like, oh my god, that is such bad like game design. So it's you have to move your character at the times where the other trainers are moving, so you can stop on the ice at the correct time. But hit detects in an RPG Maker game.
My god, I remember this. You are giving me PTSD. I remember that.
That is #1 bad game design for an RPG Maker game.
They were off screen too, if I remember.
Yeah, you had to basically like, okay, I have to see that. Like, keep in mind where it is over there, where it's moving, and try to match with it. I'm like, oh god.
I remember that. That took me so long.
And I didn't even play that, and I'm getting PTSD because I got angry at it.
Holy shit. I thought it was kind of interesting because minor spoiler if anyone doesn't want to hear it, but it's like a prequel to Gen 2 is what they went for.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I do like that aspect. I like what they did of the little story bits of it in a way.
The very ending of Infinite Fusion, I thought, was a really cool idea. The way that it finishes. I will say, spoiler warning once again. If you don't want to hear it, skip. But yeah, the fact that like you play as Red at the end, like you're Red, and then you see, is it Gold? Is the protagonist?
Yeah, Gold. Yeah,
Gold like walks up right as you're there, and then it starts the fight. I thought that was a really cool like twist on it.
It's honestly really smart, and it works really well. But I wish that sort of quality was throughout the whole game, because I feel like the overworld like is very like rushed. I feel like there is a lot of like bugginess to it. But generally, like, I mean, you're not really playing it for that. You're playing it for the fusions, and you're playing it for the fusion story. You're not really playing it for, oh, these visuals are really good. So I can't really put too much fault on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I will say. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, they're only like a small team that are actually like the core development team, while everyone else are just volunteers making sprites. So it's like, of course, you can't really expect too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, personal experience, if anyone is ever considering playing Infinite Fusion, one thing I will warn against, at least maybe you won't agree, but the way I felt about it, I felt like I ruined my playthrough of that game by doing a randomizer.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Usually you want to go normal the first time, but then the second time or third time you do random. Yeah,
because that's what Vinny did, that's what Joel did. I was very heavily influenced by them when I even started playing that. So I was like, yeah, randomizer seems like the way to go. That'd be interesting. And when I got to the end, for example, and I did that final fight, which I will now no longer say any further details other than that final fight, I was like, man, this final team, though, is kind of like disappointing because it's randomized. What did they actually use at the end? And when I looked at the final battle's actual team, I was like, oh, that's a really cool concept for a team to finish with. But I missed out on a lot of that because I randomized it, and that was when I like the penny dropped. I was like, shit, there was probably like a lot of like decent thought put into some of these teams, and I didn't see any of them because I had it all randomized. So it was very underwhelming in that sense. It was just like,
yeah,
anything. I just thought anything. And obviously, in a way, that probably made the game a lot easier. It probably made it a lot harder at points too, but
yeah, it's a mixture. It's random. So some matches were gonna be really hard. Some matches were gonna be really easy.
There were a lot of legendaries and shit, and that well, they kind of lost their appeal fast that way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm at the town. That took just under 2 hours. I remembered that route being really long. Have you fought the trainers south of Fuchsia?
I have not, no.
Okay, I normally fight them before doing anything else just because they're very unimportant to the plot. And I think their levels are actually lower than who you would then battle once you surf. As if like the levels were like prepared for the fact that you would go down there before you had the ability to surf.
Yeah, makes sense.
So they might be worth battling, but I don't know, maybe just leave that for next time, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just battling this one trainer and then I'm heading over. I'll probably take them out.
Talking to any NPCs to see if there was any like free shit in any of these houses. Hello, Drake. Have you seen if there's any cosmetics for sale in this town?
I have not, no.
I'll quickly check that. I need to go back to Celadon because I don't remember what the cosmetics were there, but I remember there being a lot. The mod's somewhere really weird in this town.
Yeah, you have to go around the middle and then go to the...
Okay, yeah, that is what it is. Drake, this is PokeMMO, as it says in the title. This is a Pokemon MMO. There isn't really a better way to describe it. That's just what it is. It puts all first 5 gens together into one game where you can play it with your friends and a bunch of other strangers and go from region to region and be the very best. I think this is one of the best ways to experience the early gens at this point. Already beat me to it, huh?
Yeah.
Was there any cosmetics even for sale here? No. Unless this guy on the left sells some and it's just lower on the menu. Nope. I might, before we finish, quickly go to Celadon and see if there was any cosmetics there that I would want, because I now have $65,000. How much do you have, out of curiosity? Because it's got to be more than me.
Oh, I got currently. I mean, I spent like 50 on the so whatever, or 25 I think on the Duosion, but currently I have 22.
Oh, okay. I would love to off-screen just like really work on the Pokedex at some point, but I don't know. Maybe later on. I wonder how hard this is to set up on the Steam Deck. Probably not very. You really want to do this, huh?
Yep.
All right. Get your win in.
Let's see.
Oh, this is a horrible start for me.
I like the little effect it has.
Why does it have that?
It's it was a special like thing that had it was what was it? Let me look at it real quick. It was for menacing spirit particle effect exclusive to the Halloween 2022 boss reward for defeating the pumpkin.
That was just on the Duosion when you got it?
Yep. There was a whole bunch of them. You can see they have like a little icon next to them when you go to the GTS. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
There's a whole bunch of them. Some of them are cost way more valuable, but
I thought before it gets knocked out, I might as well do that. Okay, light screen, fair enough. Playing defensive. Why
yeah, this
never?
one was made defensively, so I'm using it.
I mean, it helps the rest of your team too.
Yep.
Wait, why did I don't know why I sent this out just now.
I don't know.
I know why I got rid of Ivysaur. I don't know why I went for Ninetales. I don't know. I guess the green, something in my brain just went, green, put fire out. Even though I know that's a psychic type. Just to see how this does, if it's any better. You better not be stream peeking, son.
Oh, I'm not. I have my game over your screen.
I wonder if anyone actually does, I mean, surely people do, but the idea of stream peeking just seems so... Ah, nicely done.
It's also super effective on fire types, so it's like I sort of have that prediction where just in case, they switch out, I have Rock Tomb, so it's not too ineffective.
Oh, come on. Come on. We're really gonna just do this?
Don't do me like that.
Oh no. I swear when I hear you reference a bit that I'm not even sure if people like, every time I get like tonal whiplash for a second. I'm like, wait, hold up. I thought people hated that. I just assumed they did.
Goodbye.
More like goodbye, true.
Midnight is too.
Yeah, why not? Gingle. Don't stab me! Wait, did I say Sucker Punch was disabled?
Yeah,
The
you have an
fuck?
ability, I think, that disables.
Oh, I've never seen an ability like that before. That's odd.
I think, at least.
That must have been what it was, yeah. 'Cause I used Hex. There's no reason for that to disable anything.
I think this is a good matchup. I can't remember.
Depends on who goes first. Because it's both.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's a crit, too!
Everything is coming up Millhouse.
Right. Well, I guess I'll go with, the good boy.
I like that it's a raining sandstorm right now.
Yeah!
I didn't know that could stack. Oh no, that's just the background behind the battle.
Yeah, it's the
raining,
background,
right.
yeah.
That's very confusing, because initially I was like, what do you mean it's like raining and also a sandstorm? Yeah, I've never seen that ability for Gengar before. That's really odd. The ability to just disable whatever it was hit by. Also, to respond to the most recent message in chat, yes, we're still talking about sex chest. Chest, not chest.
Well, I mean, that's also a thing.
I suppose. What do they call that? Paisuri Insane?
Yep.
Insanal, sorry. Gotta get it right. You know what? Fuck it. Go all in. Oh, it might do extra damage. I don't know.
Not much.
Oh, I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah, I'm just
Wow.
gonna heal. I'm gonna heal that a little bit.
Hey, you know what? Fair enough. Okay, Ninetales. Expecting the sake of. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna retreat. Oh!
Dang.
You tried to do me like that.
I did.
Don't. Fuck it. I don't really know what I'm thinking here, but fuck it. It was too risky. I couldn't. I'm glad I at least got to go fast. That's good. That's all I want.
That's
Oh
good, yeah.
shit! Critical again!
Oh.
I think Slice
Is
Rock
that
has a
news?
higher critical rate, potentially, because... otherwise I've just gotten very lucky.
I think it is. I think it's always crits.
Always? Oh.
I think.
Well, then I need to give this Alakazam Big Oron Sword, or whatever the hell that one was.
I don't know. It doesn't always crit. Also, yeah, funny.
Funny? I try sometimes. I kind of like that you're putting respect on Leafeon's name. Leafeon is such a weird evolution, because when I look at the 2D sprite, I like it, but when I look at it in 3D, it loses me.
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel like that's the same with like Umbreon too, actually. I feel like that's why Umbreon's not as like big for me as it once was, is because I just feel like sometimes the 3D models kind of, they just lose it a little bit.
Damn. Hope for a miss.
I am the protagonist in my stream.
You are.
That doesn't mean you should throw for me though. I'm very disappointed in you.
I didn't throw. I wish I did.
I'm about to throw something.
Well, we threw hands, so.
My speaker at the wall again. Thank you, Blackjack. No, he didn't do it again this time, but...
I was instinctively going to heal when we don't actually need a heal.
Yeah, that's what I immediately thought to do. Instead, I just ran around in a circle for no reason.
There's a cool guy at the bottom, south of the PC. It's just standing here with a cool outfit.
I'm gonna go check out his cool outfit. I hope it's a clown. Where is he?
South, and in the, where the trainers are.
Oh, you mean down here. What is he doing?
I don't know. He's just standing there, menacingly.
That's very menacing. Are we battling these trainers?
It is cool, though.
Well, that's what might as well. It's only 2 trainers.
Yeah, it's not too many.
He's doing the default dance! What if I just become, like, Omega Fortnite pilled now? Like, that's all I can think about. I must admit, I only stopped playing Fortnite Festival because no one else seemed like they wanted to play it anymore. I could have gone for much longer. Everyone else seemed like they'd moved on from it, and I was like, alright, fine. You guys win. I don't think people realize how much I like rhythm games.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's just I just could not get used to the keyboard.
I love the controls. I don't know if I could recommend them, but for me, they're just right. Like,
yeah, probably once I get the controller, I feel like it's gonna be perfect. But it's like, yeah, playing it on keyboard is not the thing to do.
Do you not have a controller handy?
I technically do, but it's a GameCube controller, and I have to do EX input, and it's annoying.
You don't like an Xbox controller or nothing?
Nah, I mean I do have an 8-bit to Adobe, but I don't know where it is actually.
I feel like that would be really weird to play it with too, potentially.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah. That's why I just want to get the guitar. It's just once that gets here, it's gonna be so nice. I mean, I don't know when it's gonna get here. It's delayed. I didn't get the payment out yet, but you know.
Do you do have a June? You said, right? It was actually had a date.
No, it didn't have a date. No, it just said it was delayed until the future.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what mine said as well.
They'll let me know in an email, they said. Which I mean, fair.
The only thing that I'm like nervous about with that is I think that's what happened with the last guitar PDP released, which was the blue Jaguar. I think it was the Fender Jaguar, and I don't think they ever brought more of those out. And
I mean, I do think they're still being made, and they're like it's the demand is so high that I feel like it would be insane not to just make more.
To be fair, when the Fender Jaguar came out, it came out because Rock Band 4, when it first came out, was like quite an incomplete game. It was missing a lot because I guess they were having the switching over to a new console, so kind of had to rebuild it, kind of thing. So it was very bare when it first came out, and they ended up releasing an expansion for it, Rock Band Rivals, and they then, I guess, wanted to bring out like a new guitar bundle so people could have new guitars, and Mad Catz, which was the old guitar designers, went out, so PDP ended up taking over, and those Fender Jaguar guitars were really good. I had one. I've mentioned this before. I actually had a PS4 Fender Jaguar, but I had a friend who was getting into rhythm games, and I wanted to switch back to Xbox so I could have all my DLC back. So I was like, you know what, you can just have this because you're a friend and I like to treat my friends nicely, so you can just have this expensive guitar that's mostly unused. Just please use it, that's all I ask. And then we stopped talking not long after that, and I experienced deep regret to this day that I just handed that over.
Yeah, I feel that. It's I sort of like I've only ever had the original like Guitar Hero guitar, so it's like
the PS2 one.
Yeah, the PS2 one.
Oh,
I used to play that all the time, but then it's like, yeah, it's just and it sort of went away, and it's like, I'm like, man, I miss playing Guitar Hero games, and I'm seeing some people playing Clone Hero, and I'm like, yeah, I really want to play them, but I don't want to buy like an old crusty like one from like Facebook. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go and just like wait until, and then I hear about the new controller being made, and I'm like, that's perfect for me. And so yeah, it's sort of like why I'm hyped for it and why I'm like, I want it. Just to the fact that like I don't have the chance to play the guitars, and it hasn't been like in ages, and since I played like Guitar Hero, and which is, since it's coming out, I'm really interested in it. And I always feel like playing keyboard rhythm games, I've never enjoyed like the feel of the keyboard compared to like Guitar Hero, the feel. So it's like, this is gonna be perfect, since I could probably just remap like the guitar to like games like Friday Night Funk and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's just perfect, really. And I can't wait to get it when they tell me when I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be great for you. There's like a whole world of things opened up to it now. And that's what I was saying before is when I got that...
Yeah, the trainer's over to the left here, if you haven't battled them.
Wait, trainer's over to the... Oh, you need to the left of the town?
Yeah, to the left of the town in this grass patch.
Yeah, might as well. But yeah, when I got that Jaguar, there wasn't much, like, because Rock Band 4, it was like a failure, I would say. I would say that game did not do well. Even to this day, I don't think that game really did well. I think the Riffmaster being compatible with Rock Band 4 has actually probably gotten more interest on Rock Band 4 than it ever had before.
Right.
But I don't think there was much demand for the Jaguars back then because people already didn't really care about it anymore. Guitar Hero Live had already come out, and I think that did more damage to the already dead rhythm game scene. Because people really didn't like Guitar Hero Live, and I understand why.
I think there's a sort of like, I personally never enjoyed Rock Band. I never liked the idea like, oh, we have all these instruments. I mean, it's weird. You have to buy these other instruments. I felt that like it detracted from just having a single like guitar. You're playing on the guitar. You're playing. That's what you're playing. When you have all these other instruments, you're like, you have to fight over it with your friend. Like, oh, I want to play the guitar. Oh, I don't want to play the drums and stuff like that. So I have a sort of negative opinion on how Rock Band did that stuff. Of course, like you can, like for example, Fortnite, you can just play on the guitar for the other thing. With Rock Band, you couldn't do it. Yeah, Clone Hero as well. So with like when Rock Band said like, oh, you have to use these, and then your friends, they're not gonna buy 4 guitars. They're gonna buy every single instrument to play them. So you end up just getting like put into each one when you didn't want to, because you didn't have 4 guitars or 4 drums or 4 whatevers.
Most people didn't buy the drums. I don't think they were, because they were the most expensive thing.
I believe my friend had the drums and the guitar.
I have the Rock Band 3 Pro drums. I managed to buy them for 100 brand new off Amazon quite a long time ago. Which is crazy because they are definitely worth a lot more than 100 now.
Yeah, I've been seeing crazy prices lately.
I mean, Rock Band 4 didn't... I don't even think Rock Band 4, when it came out, I don't think they made any new drums for that. I think you needed to get the Xbox Legacy adapter to use your Xbox 360 ones, or I think PS4, I think you could just use the PS3 ones. I don't think you needed an adapter for that. But I don't think they've made new drums in like a really long time.
I think it's just, that's like a huge cost with a very minimum like the install base to buy.
Oh yeah, the manufacturing on them must be so fucking pricey. There's a reason they sell for so high, for sure.
Yeah, like literally.
And unlike the guitars and stuff, because you're literally hitting them when you're playing them, they do break over time. Because they're just plastic. The Rock Band 1 drum kits, before I got this one I have now, I went through about 3 or 4 of them. They were selling for like really dirt cheap at one point. And I just kept like getting new ones, and the pads kept like shattering because they were so fragile. And then eventually I had enough money to buy the one I have now, which is a Rock Band 3 Pro one, which has 4 pads, 3 cymbals. And it's, the only problem with the drums is I'm not very good at them. That's the problem I have with those. They're such a physical workout, and I get so fatigued playing them so easily. I don't play them very often. I do like them though, and I'd never get rid of them. I mean, I have them set up now. I just haven't used them. I think I've played them like once this year so far. They're just so exhausting, and I have to really limit what songs I play, because if it's too complicated, I just can't do it.
Yeah. I feel like that was part of the reason why I didn't really like them. It's like, if you play the drums, you get more fatigued over time, way harder than if you're doing the guitar.
It's a whole body workout.
Yeah, literally. And so it's like, I just was not interested in drumming and stuff like that. So it's like, it was always fun doing the vocals. The vocals were always fun to play those. But it's like, yeah, no, I'm good on the drums. I'll sit this one out.
Yeah, the only setback on the vocals is not everyone wants to sing. And obviously not everyone should sing too, when we're being honest. But Slugma? Sorry.
Yep.
Just found a Slugma and it just blew my mind. That like fucking ruined my entire train of thought. I just saw this and everything shattered. Why are you here?
I believe it does spawn here in Heart Gold Soul Silver, or in Johto,
okay.
I mean. So it's like,
I
it's a mixture
always
of
see
the
people
both.
memeing on the fact that Slugma isn't available until post game, and it's one of the only fire types in Gen 2 like introduced.
Also Heart Gold. I mean, Houndoom. Houndoom is also found in post game.
Yeah, it's in like Route 2 or something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
I was just trying to quickly catch like 2 things so I could get experience share finally. I was not expecting Slugma to be the first thing I found. What was I saying? Yeah. For what it's worth, I don't know if you already knew this. I don't want to like over-explain something you already know, but whilst Rock Band was always really limiting on who could play what, Guitar Hero always supported that like you could have 3 people playing lead. They never actually enforced it. That was only Rock Band that did that.
Yeah. That's why I preferred Guitar Hero a lot of time.
Me personally, the reason I've always preferred Guitar Hero is because Rock Band just didn't pick up on a lot of things that Guitar Hero did that were really good. So like Rock Band doesn't have tap notes, Rock Band doesn't have open notes on bass. Which I thought open notes were a really cool idea to make bass at least something more fun and different to play. I understand that Clone Hero charts people put open notes in guitar as well. But like when I first saw a purple note when I was playing like Guitar Hero Metallica, obviously there was a moment of what the fuck is that? But like when I figured out what it was, I was like, oh, that's really cool. There's like a reason to play bass. There's like something about bass that's different. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's one of the benefits of such, and I feel like now with rhythm games, it's like they can introduce that into so many different games now. Like, does Clone Hero have that specifically?
What,
I forget.
Open notes?
Yeah.
Yeah. They put in Clone Hero. They put them in like guitar charts too, and sometimes keys and stuff. Like anything really, they'll just put them.
Yeah.
in
Then
well.
like, and that's exactly like. It's sort of nice that that sort of stuff exists now, so you can just have your like all these sort of things just work together, and so you don't have to like really not care, but you can adapt it in new ways for newer games.
That's the only thing that disappoints me about harmonics is even with Fortnite Festival, they don't seem to be picking up on some of those things. I mean, I get it, like. You know, when you're playing the controller, you don't need tap notes because it's all tap. But like I've seen like pro guitar play, and it's just the same Rock Band guitar play that it is.
Right.
In any other they haven't like adapted to any of the new features. that are in Clone Hero and stuff. One of my favorite things that Clone Hero has, and Guitar Hero introduced like 15 years ago, is I don't know the correct term for it, but it's like a layered sustain note where like you're holding a note, and then whilst you're holding a note, you can also play another note on top.
Right. So it's yeah, I know what you mean.
Again,
I sort of
that's
understand.
a real thing that you actually do on guitars, but for some reason, Rock Band and now Fortnite Festival just don't include that. I'm like, why? It's a real thing that you actually do. Put it in the game. Guitar Hero did it 15 years ago. Surely you can. Yeah, they're very stubborn about adding a lot of new features. I think that's one of the things that sucked about Rock Band 4 was the only new feature they introduced in that I can remember is a really shitty make your own solo mode that nobody used. Instead of playing the actual song's guitar solo track, you could like improvise in the time signatures your own solos, and they always sounded terrible. I think
that is pretty funny.
They eventually patched in an option to turn that off. Well, that might have been in from the start, I don't remember. And I don't think anyone ever turned it on. I think that was always just off.
Also, I keep on battling these mons to catch them, and then I keep on forgetting that, oh, I need Pokeballs.
I'm currently fighting a Ditto, so I'm hoping I can catch this.
Oh yeah, I encountered that before.
That would be number 50 for me if this doesn't, like, somehow get knocked out. Nice, that was really easy. We can finally answer the question of what kind of experience share do they have in this game. I'm assuming it's a singular.
Yeah, I think it's going to be singular, and then you have to pay for the EXP all in the shop.
I'd assume as well, maybe like Vinemon did, you can probably
get that would be nice.
More experience shares as you go through each region.
Maybe each region gives you one.
Yeah, and then you can have 5 by the end of it that way. Yeah, I believe that's...
Oh, we can buy Ultra Balls now. I did not know this.
I saw them, I thought about it, and then I thought, I gotta go to Celadon and see what cosmetics there are. Item to be held. Okay, so yeah, it's a single-use experience share.
Makes sense.
It really does. I'll put that on Ivysaur so he can stop getting his ass kicked.
And we could get expert lures, so I'm gonna buy 2 of those, or a few of those. Buy 4 of them.
Before we
finish
I
have no money.
I'm gonna very quickly go to Celadon City and see what kind of cosmetics there are.
Use this lure and see what mons show up here.
There have been people saying though that like they hope that they'll do pro drums and vocals on Fortnite Festival, and I have to ask, do you think they actually will?
I mean, maybe.
I think they'd do pro vocals because all you have to do is just make it so that there's lyrics and like a karaoke mode.
Yeah, the vocals would make the most sense.
Because you can literally just use any PC mic. There'd be no reason for them to even release like a new peripheral for that.
I mean, they would probably make a new peripheral just for console players.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, there wouldn't be as much of a demand for that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be like a sort of gimmick thing.
But drums, I honestly I doubt it.
Yeah, I drums are probably just too costly, and if they did make something, it would probably be like sort of like the Donkey Kong banjos, like bongo things. From,
that could be interesting.
Like that makes the most sense to me. Like it's something you put on your like legs and drum them or something. I don't know.
I forgot to mention, by the way, the funny thing about Fortnite Festival Pro Mode is, technically speaking, I could play the mode with the actual guitar because I have an Xbox One guitar. I just don't have an adapter for my PC because apparently you can use the Rock Band 4 guitar and it works.
Right. Yeah.
I could start playing that mode. It's just I need to. I don't think Xbox One adapters are that expensive, but I'm also just not really that desperate. I guess like I don't really think I'd get much out of them, to be honest. I feel like I might as well wait because I'm gonna spend all that on a new guitar anyway. Might as well also then get an extra mode with it. I guess it depends on how much longer I have to wait.
Yeah.
There might come
Really,
a point where I go, you know what? It's not that expensive for an Xbox One adapter. And now I get to play Pro Guitar. And then at that point, I'd just fucking do it. It would also be useful for my clone hero as well, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, personally speaking, none of the cosmetics in this town are worth buying.
Yeah, I think I was in there before. I was not good. Like, there was one or two things I thought looked neat, but yeah.
Some nice headwear, but I kind of already have what I'd want. I might see if I have enough that I can convert it to Game Corner coins and just buy a cosmetic. That's how I used to do the Game Corner back in the day. I'd just make sure I had enough money that I could just buy.
Yeah, basically. I think everyone sort of did that.
Yeah.
Like, if you had enough money, you can just waste it all.
Fuck having to work for the slots. That's terrible. I do really like that Team Rocket outfit. 9999 coins though.
Yeah, that's a big grind.
And obviously, with all the regions being combined, I don't think any of the stuff that's exclusively a Game Corner prize is exclusive. You could probably just go catch a lot of this in other regions.
Yeah, I think so.
The exclusive stuff here was Porygon and Eevee, and I know you can catch Eevees in the wild in Gen 4 and 5.
I think most of these stuffs are probably not exclusive. You could use the lures that they give you in the shops that you could buy.
Yeah, that's true, because I think you said you could catch Eevees with the lure.
Yeah, I believe Eevee. I already got Bulbasaur with it. So, and I'm probably going to get Charmander in the future.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess no. Realistically, then it would just be the rock outfit. But fuck, how many coins would I need to buy?
Yeah, I can't get through that. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, cool. Not too bad.
Honestly, someone just went past in a like. I saw yellow and white, and I thought they were an Appy Bay for a minute. I don't know why, but I thought I just saw an Appy Bay. That blew my mind for a second. And I was like, wait, what? You know, I hadn't even thought about it. They probably do some pretty good April Fool's stuff in this game.
Probably. I could probably look that up. They probably have it all documented.
Yeah, they've got to have for sure, like, done something at some point. Customization? Oh, yeah. No. I need to come find you. Where are you at?
I am still in the corner in the north, southeast, or southwest of the town.
South left?
Southwest. Yeah, south left.
North left. Like, the funny thing about north left is whenever I hear it, for a moment, I'm like, wait, which direction is I have to, like, think about it. Because something in you goes, like, I don't know. I think just, like, when you mix, like, left and right with east and west sometimes, at least for me, I just stumble over it for a second. Normally, if you say east, west, or left or right, I know exactly what you mean, but you cross them over, you say north, left. I have to think about that for a second.
It's honestly funny. Like, I personally don't have, like, issues with my left, right. It's like, I don't have too much of that, but and with north, east, west, and south, I don't have issues because I remember the design of them, like a thunderbolt, like and it spells news when you spell it as a thunderbolt. So NEWS is just the line. That's how I remember it. It's like little things like that. Like it goes a long way.
Have you ever heard the really British way of doing it?
How's that?
They say never eat shredded wheat.
Oh, that's very stupid.
Which is a cereal. Okay, when you're done in that battle that you're in, you better pog super hard for this.
Okay, I will. I'm just trying to figure out why the game won't let me throw a ball.
I'm gonna spectate.
What if I trade?
Are you doing a double battle?
Yeah.
A wild double battle?
Yeah, when you use lures, it does double battles.
Oh, interesting.
Sometimes.
I haven't tried one yet. As I say, I think if I put this on my Steam Deck and I tried to like work on the decks, now that I have the experience share, I might actually do that a little more. Okay, I expect a tremendous reaction to this.
Alright, I got 40 caught, so I'm good on that at least now.
Check it out.
Yo! Your Team Rocket.
It cost me $50,000 to convert to 9,940 coins, but you know what? I think it's worth it. Didn't have to gamble once, and I got a cosmetic that I think I'm gonna use for a long time.
And you got a Gengar, which fits.
I think it really suits my character. I'm happy with this. Kind of want to get rid of the bag, actually, though. I don't feel like that works as well. Let me see the proper preview for this. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the bag anymore. Yeah, that's fine. No bag. Bagless. Bagless Andy. Yeah. So
it looks awesome.
I'll rocket it up. I just need to consider now that like I have that, I'm like, what cosmetics are available in the gift shop? Would I then want them? Because I think this is the outfit I want to go with, at least for a while.
Yeah, I think like the only thing I would probably like, I don't know. There's certain things I want to buy, but it's also I'm chill with like the casual look of the white and black pants. So I'd probably just get something like for my hat or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I think as a head cosmetic, if I was to get anything, I do really like this Fennec ears. If they match my character a little more, I think that'd be a definitive.
Oh my god! I just ran into a horde of Raticates.
Baseball cap. Burger hat. I want to know how many people
the burger hat's
bought the burger hat.
It's funny. I think the Pikachu ears are pretty cute.
I mean, technically, if I was to do the Viking helmet, I would have horns.
Oh yeah, I recommend checking the back and check the tails. There's a very cool tail.
A tail? Interesting.
Yeah.
Bird nest. Fucking angry bird on the head.
Yeah.
Watch cap. Why does that look? Pink cat ears. Ooh. No, those don't look as good. See, the thing is, you have to look at the. I don't know if you do this, but for me, you have to.
Yeah,
look,
you
like,
have to look at the profile and then look also at the back sprite.
Because I got fucked over on that before. I can't remember which one. I think it was when I tried out Gen 2 for a little bit. I didn't check that, and then I like saw it in battle. And I was like, "Oh no, it's horrible!" Like immediately, deep regret. Kind of feel like getting like a little like golden something, like a headband or something that's like a yellowy gold to kind of match like my my avatar.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty nice.
I don't really know, because obviously like I could buy like a headband. I could just buy that from like the Celadon Cosmetics. I don't even need to. The headphones are kind of nice, but they do have the black on them, which would be kind of nice too. How does it look when walking? Oh, it looks kind of stanky though. Kind of not feeling that as much.
Yeah.
Fighter's headband. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, you said the back. Check for a tail.
Yeah, there's a cool tail.
There's a few. There's black kitty tail, white raccoon tail.
Yeah, I love the raccoon tail because if you look at the back of the walking sprite, it's really funny.
Oh, that's good. Can't change the color
Also,
of it, though.
There's also yeah it's really funny. That's how it looks. The cat tail is pretty nice as well.
Yeah, the black cat tail is actually pretty decent. I kind of like the looks of that. Can't get a blue one, so or like a purpley blue one. So like the black
Yeah,
ones.
sadly, I wish you could have multiple colors of it, but I understand sort of like why they don't. But the white one probably would look the best.
You think the white one would look best?
Yeah, just like a color differentiation. Because you have a whole bunch of black, you have a whole bunch of like purple, so the white sort of accents it with the gloves.
Hmm. I kind of get where you're coming from. Personally, to me, for some reason, the black one looked a bit more pleasing. I kind of like that it's subtle.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to think about this because that's probably something I would actually pick up. What was the bicycle again? Motorcycle.
Yeah, I love that. It's just one and it's a motorcycle. It probably has like a little startup sound as well.
Oh yeah, probably.
Like,
It might have like an actual sound effect whilst you're using it. Collared cape. Oh, like Lance? Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like the normal cape. The collared cape's cool, but I don't like the back spray for it. Or yeah. The actual like there's a normal cape one that I like more.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like what Claire wears.
Yeah. It's a little cleaner looking.
I'm sorry to anyone who's not interested in this kind of thing. I get carried away with this so easily. Oh, some glasses would be really good. Just some like regular glasses. I kind of like that look. Maybe one of these days. I mean, how much? Because the thing is, obviously, it's my currency, so I don't know how much that would be. Oh, it just says USD. Oh, fair enough. What's whatever $10 converts to then? It's like 8, 9, something like that. This guy's in a fucking Christmas sleigh. What the hell? What the fuck? Oh, that must be some kind of special bike cosmetic.
It's probably a bike.
I'll quickly go just because, like, listen, if you're watching this VOD and you're not interested in like cosmetic shit, feel free to be done because I think that's all I'm doing at this point. Just as a fair like warning. I'm literally gonna go all the way back to Celadon because I remember there being a headband for sale and I just want to see how that looks. That's all. I really like having a character that I like the looks of, man. That's very important to me. It's why I pick a girl, is because male characters are generally a little more boring to customize.
Yeah, the customization on males are usually ugh. At least in this game, the customization is relatively widespread.
Yeah, they seem to have left room for quite a lot. Oh, it took the wrong way because I forgot that Celadon is very awkward to get to if you haven't done the T for Saffron. Wait, can't I have done the T by now? I don't even remember where you get the T for anymore.
I think you have to do it after you do the Saffron.
No, because you have to get the T to go to Saffron.
Maybe I can't remember.
Or is it just a lemonade you get him?
I think it's a lemonade.
Oh my god, we could have opened this ages ago, I think. I think it's in Celadon.
Oh. Right, maybe?
I think it's in that building, the main entrance for the building where you get UV. It's like an old lady in there, I think. I'm now about to go there, so I'll find out. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think we could have done this a while ago. It's this old lady here, I'm pretty sure. Shouldn't spend all your monies on drinks. Try this instead. Obtain the tea.
Oh, it's that old lady. Okay.
Oh, I could have been going all the way around this whole time.
Yeah, let me do that.
Oh, shit. I was gonna say, because I'm pretty sure you could enter Saffron like quite a long time ago. It's just... Because you can technically go do Sylph Code before doing the 5th and 6th.
Yeah, I knew you could. You could just like you could do like almost half the gyms in any order you want. It's just like I forget. I just do the same path over and over every time.
Yeah, I think the T is just very easily missed too, because it's just one random NPC. And because Fuchsia is supposed to be the 5th gym that you do, I think a lot of people just don't, like, if you do it in that order anyway, I think a lot of people that do it in that order wouldn't necessarily be too concerned about how to get into Saffron City right away.
Yeah.
And I am indeed still talking about sex chess.
Yep, sex chess is pretty awesome. I recommend checking it out.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I don't know, it's my game of the year, so.
Oh wow. Game of the year. Is there anything actually, like, I don't remember there being any NPCs worth talking to in Saffron City. I know there's the fighting dojo, but I don't think there's really anyone worth... There's not even that many places you can go for a city.
Yeah, not right now. It's like, once Team Rocket leaves, you can, but...
What does this guy want?
I think that's the Psychic House.
Oh, Mr. Psychic! Hell yeah. That's a good move.
He foresaw you coming.
But, if you're familiar with the Vinemon playthrough, you'll know I get TMs and then I don't even look at them. That's a regular occurrence. I go, oh, cool, thanks. That's interesting. And then it just never gets used. Which I could use as a learning experience, but it's funnier this way. I was gonna say, because what is... Yeah, because south of Saffron is Vermilion. To get to Fuchsia, you have to go all the way around. Well, this really is gonna save a lot of time getting around the map, at least. So I could just take the elevator. It's the 4th floor. Wait, what was that? Retro what? Retro mail. Oh, right. Where she uses that stuff. I guess at least in an MMO that could be more of a use. Sort of. How does this headband look? In like a goldy color. I don't love the overworld look. Yeah, not really. I feel like it kind of has to be like, just blacks. I don't feel like an extra color is really needed. I do like that though, that's pretty good. Which was the flat cap? Oh god, no. What was the hat I had? Peaked cap? Yeah, it's peaked cap. I feel like this in black to match the rocket uniform would look pretty good. Not really, actually, I don't like that as much. I'd rather just go for the headband, fuck it. I love that a headband is more expensive than an entire hat.
Yeah, it's funny.
Spending $15,000 on a headband. That's my priority. I kind of wanted to go for the gold to match my guy a little more, but it just looked off because of the... I think it's because of the red on the rock outfit. Like there's already...
Alright, there we go.
3 colors, so I feel like an additional color is just going to be too many. But, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. I think this looks alright. What do you think?
I think it looks good.
As I said, I didn't know if you still had the stream open or not. To be fair.
Yeah, I've had it open since I just have it covered.
Yeah, the hat just felt a little too bulky. I don't know. I was looking at it and I was like, actually, I feel like this looks better. Just a simple little line of black. Alright, Nice. Well, I successfully spent $60,000 and not bought a single, like, Ultra Ball or anything. So I won't be catching anything for a while. Just get back down to Fuchsia. Ooh. I swear the time flies so fast when I play this.
It does. It
got
does.
to Fuchsia at like the 2-hour mark, and it's now 2:45. It's like I haven't like really done much. I don't know how 45 minutes have passed. It's for sure like got to be one of the most enjoyed playthroughs I've done. It's so simple in like a good way.
It is. It is. God damn it! I keep running into NPCs I didn't fight already.
This guy wants to trade Gold Duck for Lickitung. Pretty sure you can just catch Lickitung. Alright. Alright. Well, this was productive. Up to, what, level 30 on everything now. Got experience share. Got a nice new outfit. I think I'm pretty low on balls at the moment. I have 7 Pokeballs and 6 Great Balls. I think I have a nugget I can sell still. Yeah, I do. So I could get some Ultra Balls. Alright, I'll very quickly do that. So I don't forget.
I should be there soon.
I've hit that point now where I feel like I'm just jumping to using the bike really quickly.
Yeah.
Like, no hesitation, straight to the bike. Oh, the select button on the controller just immediately brings up my bag.
I feel that.
I wish I'd known that sooner. I have 2 nuggets?
And a pearl. And stardust.
Where did I get this stuff?
Probably from Mount Moon.
Maybe. Probably. Maybe.
You Velwigs.
Will you, Vevigs?
Will you Velwigs? Yippee.
Mr. Woods. 17,000. Alright, I'll buy 10. I'll buy 10. I won't go all in them. Actually, no, I will buy all 14. Fuck it. I'll be broke. It's worth it. Those Ultra Balls are going to come in handy. I wish you got Premier Balls in this game. I don't know how you're supposed to get
Yeah,
those.
same. I don't know why you don't.
Do they actually have different... Yeah, they do. They do track the balls that you use to catch stuff in this game. Okay, I wasn't sure if you check your profiles for them. My Gengar has a Great Ball, and I think that's it. Yep. Oh yeah, and a load of the NPC battles we've done, I've noticed they've been using like specific balls. Like all the hikers use heavy balls for everything, I think.
Yeah, they all have unique ones. I saw some like have the heavy balls, some have the low balls, some have like the water balls or lure balls. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It would be nice if there's a ball customization thing. That's definitely something that seems to be used a lot more in games.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I saw that in Vinemon and Infinite Fusion, so I know that's... It seems like one of those like fan service features. I say as if I'm not talking directly to one of the devs, but you know what I mean. Like it's... I mean, I assume that's why you guys put it in, is because it's like... It's just one of those things like people like.
Yeah, people like it, and it just allows for people to just like customize their teams how they want, especially because we have balls that actually impact gameplay, like the smoke ball.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So people would want, okay, I want this one to be able to escape more matches. Like, I wish those kind of balls were more of a thing that get added to Pokemon eventually, but you never know. It might be a thing in the long term. They might do, but it is something I could see them doing. But yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, it's been a good time. I mean, hey, and you know what? 7 hours of streaming, and I only went robotic once. So I think that's mostly resolved. I
Yeah.
honestly think at this point the only reason that even happens is because I have my buffer rate kind of low, but I don't like the delay on my voice, so I'm not.
And also
changing
it happened when you were playing Fortnite again.
it.
So
It did. That's true.
So I think it must be like high CPU usage is the main reason, is my assumption.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong, but I mean, at least it only happened once, so that's a good
Yeah.
sign. It's not happening as often, and that's all I could really ask for with that.
It's not happening as often, as well as just the fact that it's not like your voice and delay is fixed. That's the biggest thing that's good that it's fixed now.
Yeah.
Because it's. But yeah, it was a good stream, fun times.
Oh, for sure. That was a big stream. when I started today's stream, by the way, I did not for a minute think this one was gonna go very long. I think I even said at the start, I was like, I mean, I'll play like a little bit, but I don't think this one's gonna go too long. I started really late, and 7 hours later, I think this is now the official latest I've streamed into the night, as it's now 10:30 a.m. So
yeah, 5:30 a.m. here.
Thank you very much.
Also, just one more question here. Are you guys still talking about sex chess?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
All right, have a good night,
I
everyone.
never actually stopped talking about sex chess.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it in my dreams tonight.
That's what this entire almost 3-hour video was. We were talking about sex chess. We were analyzing it and all the things you can do and the many features of Fornication Chessington. That's a new character, Fornication Chessington.
I forgot I actually still have the game up on Steam.
So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. And,
Yep, no problem. It was a fun time.
I think we're doing more Fortnite fuck around tonight, so...
It'll be fun.
See you later.
Yep, peace.